they lost me when it was one. They showed an R-Truth segment, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here.
What?
But then he's not funny to me.
All right, he's corny sometimes. I agree, but he's not the worst thing on Raw. To be honest with you, I think I want to know.
No, it's all atrocious.
What is the worst thing on Raw for you? Like, what is the worst thing? Because I could find one thing, and I can't remember it right now, but I know if I watch it tonight, I could come back and tell you.
You know, that's a good question. Because that segues to why I stopped watching Raw. After that segment was Mandy Rose and Lana versus... Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. There it is. That's why I forgot her name. It's Dana Brooke. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Lana and Naomi. Bro, and I tried watching the match, and I was just like, I can't do this.
Bro, you gotta watch Hulu version. You gotta watch the Hulu version.
They cut that shit?
Mm-hmm. They cut it to like an hour and 50. It's like, and they know what they're doing. Like they, like they put in fillers. They put in like Naruto fillers in their show every night. Cause I was thinking yesterday too, right? I'm thinking like, damn, bro. USA really allowed WWE 3 hours of like viewing time on their channel for Monday. Like, it's amazing when you think about it, right? Like, they basically get to air a movie every Monday. And like, that's why I kind of don't give them a hard time. So I try not to, but they know what they're doing, you know? And then there's things like, you know, they know what they're doing, or it's either they can't stop it, or like, I don't know if it's all the way Vince, or all the way like, it's so funny, it's so weird, yo, when you hear the dynamic of it. But I cannot blame Vince anymore, yo. I cannot. I more blame like the shareholders, you know, because when shareholders start to go to meetings and stuff, and you listen to them talk, like, and shareholders are like basic fans mostly too. I mean, they're rich people, but like some of them are fans, and some of them have shit ideas.
Yeah, like we want more Lana.
Yeah, yes. So like her, since she's like an actor, and she's marketable, and she's a model, and all that shit, they're gonna. Yeah, smash her. They made her look very horrible for some reason, like recently. Like they doing. I don't know if it's like a rib, like they ribbing her shit. But they sent her with like, they sent her out with clown makeup and shit. It looks very fucking horrible. Like, I'm not a gay dude. I don't be like, I'm not the type of person that be like, yo, you know, the whole makeup thing. You gotta look this way, you gotta look that way. But you could tell when you're trying to sabotage somebody.
Yeah.
Because your husband went to AEW, you look a certain type of way now. Like, you look way different from how you originally used to look when you used to come out with like Dolph Ziggler, and just back in the day, you know, you looked more sexier than what you do now. And I don't think it's her hitting the wall or anything. I just think they just do some weird shit with her face. You know, they put like mad, like, I don't know, powder or some type of concealer or some shit to make her cheeks. It looked like somebody came at her face and rubbed it in and put lipstick on, and she looks like one of those clowns, yo. She looks like one of those like those Chinese, Asian, French clowns or whatever. I don't know, like, you ever seen like those like French clowns with the red blush on their cheeks, and like their whole face is just like white and shit? She looks like that, yo.
Mimes, nigga?
Mimes. She looks like a mime. She looks dead ass like that shit. And I know, like, they put her through those tables for that specific reason. Because, like, your husband went to go to AEW. And I don't know why they're so mad about that shit, because, like, that nigga not even doing anything on AEW.
No, it was crazy.
What?
You just described how it is with me and Staples, right? So their WWE is petty towards Lana because Rusev left because they weren't. It was trash, right? So I went after I got off work. I was near the store and I had to use the bathroom anyway. So I'm like, all right, let me go to the store, use the bathroom. So I go, and I'm in the back, and my old supervisor's like, yo, you can't be back here. You gotta go. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you gotta go. I'm like, I didn't expect this from you of all people. He's like, nah, it's not coming from me. It's coming from, you know who it's coming from. It's coming from Hector, the general manager. I'm like, all right, whatever. So he's telling me, he's like, look, he told me the next time he finds out that you're here, and if he's here, he said he's going to throw you out. I'm like, why? He's like, because you quit.
What?
He's like, he took it personal that you quit. Now, I didn't just not show up. Like, I gave him a
2 week
letter,
notice.
I gave him a resignation, I gave him my 2 weeks. I stayed my 2 weeks. Most niggas would have just left after, then just not said anything.
Yeah.
I gave him my 2 weeks, and he still took it personally. So now, like, he's petty. He's like, yo, if he's in the store again, I'm gonna tell him to leave. He's like, yo, the supervisor was like, yo, you can buy stuff, obviously. You can talk to the guys for like a few seconds, but outside of that, you can't stay any longer. I'm just like, wow. I'm gonna still show up, but, you know, it's whatever.
I mean, I understand, right? I understand from like, but you weren't like a bad worker or anything, right? Like you're.
Nah, I did my job. He hated me though. Well,
Okay, yeah. Cause that, you know what,
he
like
hated everyone.
in most jobs they're not like that. They'll actually be chill unless you abuse that shit all the time. But like most jobs they'll let you they'll actually give you perks. If you especially if you quit the right way and you had like a lot of like, yeah, he probably hates you for some weird reason. That's like my old boss too. That's like my old boss as well. I mean, a little bit and took off like a couple of times and abused that shit. But when I was at, I always stayed on track, came early, left late, you know. So it wasn't like anything like, yo, why are you so malicious towards me? But the way I quit, I just upped and like went to the office and was like, yo, I quit. So he had the same like sentiment too, like, yo, you show up to hang out, there's gonna be some problems, da da da, all that bullshit.
Yeah, it's so. Everyone else in the store, all the other managers, they're just like, yo, it's cool, like, you can do what you want. But the general manager, like, he's always been petty. He's always done, like,
What do you expect niggas to do? What do you expect niggas to do, though? Live at Staples for the rest of their life?
Yeah, that's it, exactly. Like, I was talking to the coworkers, they were just like, bro, like, this is Staples. Like, what, you think it's gonna be a career or some shit? Like, this is Staples. That, and I was there for mad long. I was there longer than he was. Like, when I was there, when I first started, he wasn't there. I was there 5 years. He showed up on my 4th.
That's pretty crazy. Like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck! I gotta get the fuck out of this planet. Holy shit! They finally listened to me, Justin. The added planets that get on fire. The added volcano
like,
planets.
Say no more.
Say less. Them niggas is lit. Yo. Fuck yeah. Yo. But like, that's so weird. Like, unless you live in like a rural area where you could actually work there and make a living and shit and just have a house and shit, then I understand, like, oh, you left, oh, it's gonna be a sad thing, it's gonna be a you know, a momentous thing. But you're in a major city, dude, like, give it a rest. Like, what do you expect people to stay for the whole thing? No, yeah, my old boss is like that as well. He was a dickhead, where he expected everybody to stay, and he only gave people that are, that really like kind of sucked up to his shit. They gave him leeway and let him come and shit and stay in like
He said calm.
He's calm, man. Stay in unrestricted areas. Yeah.
How is your boy?
The nigga, he took the red pill. He's smart as fuck. It's just sometimes it doesn't exhibit. Yeah, it just sometimes it doesn't show. Sometimes like all the time, you know. And it's the same thing with me. My shit, I speak pretty retardedly. Like I'm speaking retardedly right now, man. Like, you know, I can't help it. It's the weed. I be seeing his stories and shit, and this nigga like he mad subs and shit about his girl. And I'll be like, yo, damn. Like, what did she do? You know what she did, but like, what? But it's just
I was gonna say, like,
we have an idea.
Like, we know.
Girl like
He's
that.
Tired. He's tired of that tarot shit.
Yo, them tarot girls are pretty retarded, yo. I used to go out with a tarot girl. Everybody used to go out with a tarot girl.
Like,
pretty
not for
retarded.
nothing. Like, that's why I think like Nisha is. I think Nisha would be annoying.
Yeah, they have no logic. Their logic, like, I don't know. Like, I can't say that for every tarot person. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like you have to have some type of degree to belief, you know? Or you have to have some type of, like, understanding that not everybody's gonna believe the same thing as you, so you have to chill the fuck out, or, like, you know? I don't know.
What do you think? You think she'd be annoying?
Yeah. Thing was annoying like that, too, because, like, that's like me, like, Justin, I already know, like, alright, you're an atheist or whatever. I'm not gonna, like, keep pounding like the Jesus thing all the time and be like, damn, man,
come on, believe in God.
Like, this thing happened today, like, you know.
You know what you gotta do? You gotta believe in God.
Like, that's up to you, man, you know. But like they don't know like that like type of balance, I guess. And it's like, man, it's the Mercury retrograde or some bullshit. Like, you know, it's
there it is, Mercury retrograde.
Like, maybe your day went bad because it's on your birth chart, this and that. Have you checked your birth chart today and all that bullshit? It's just like, dude, just fucking humans, dude. Everything, you know, you're not all meant to have a perfect day.
I remember I was talking to Kayla, and we were talking about like smoking or whatever. And she was like, when was the first time you smoked? And I was just like, I remember it perfectly. I was just like, for years, like, I would always be around you and Russo, and you guys would never peer pressure me. And
only
then
once.
One day, yeah, and that was when I decided to do it. And then it was that one day you were just like, yo, you want to? And Russo was like, Malachi, stop. And I was just like,
no, because like,
no,
you were secondhand smoking the shit anyway. And I'm like, dude, because I used to be around my grandfather when he used to secondhand smoke in the house and shit. And I used to breathe that shit in, and I used to get like high a little bit from that shit. So I know like you getting high from like the shit already as it is, because you're in the room with us. So after a while, I know you're gonna be like, damn, what does that shit taste like? So you know, yeah, take a taste here. And if you didn't like it,
the struggle smoking when like you and Russo would be near the window.
Oh my god. It was worse too, because like I mean, nah, granted, Russo, no, actually, we all back in the day never really used to smoke loud like that. Like, we used to get loud every now and then. Russo and Aaron was the ones who used to get loud every now and then. And we would smoke it. Every year, which we grew in years and grades, we used to get more loud. But I think when the first time you started and we started, all like we was on some green shit. So I don't know if you had smoked greens for. Nah, you had smoked greens for the first time too. With some, probably with some loud too.
I was gonna say, damn, I smoked that Reggie.
And that's the thing, like that shit used to hit for real, dude. But I picture you, if I was to give you a Reggie blunt now, you would catch a headache. Me and you would catch headaches. I can't smoke that shit for real. I can understand why everybody say like, oh, you smoking that Reggie? I could smoke anything. Like, granted, if Reggie was like the only thing to smoke, I would smoke the shit. But like, damn,
that sounds crackhead shit to you.
That shit.
If Reggie was the only thing, I'd smoke it.
And that is some crackhead. That is some crackhead shit for real, yo. Because that shit, it has to be mixed with crack to taste good, or to like be just be enjoyable or bearable. You have to mix it with something. Because if you're not mixing it with anything, even with that, with Fonto, it fucking sucks. Like, I don't know if it sucked for you when you smoked the first time. So like, if it tasted
shit when I smoked it for the first time.
Yeah, if it tasted okay, then like you were good. If it just tasted like dirt, like bland dirt, and that's the thing. Like when we were growing up, everybody had different greens too. Some people had fresh ass greens. Some people had like the old ass shit. So
what's crazy?
Weird.
Is I remember I bought weed off Crip John.
Oh, Justin, you dead ass?
Yeah, but I didn't smoke it.
Justin,
I didn't think so.
How much you bought that shit for?
$5, nigga.
How small?
I was gonna...
How small was the bag, Justin?
You thought I bought K2?
No. How small was the bag? Cause I had a story for you with this nigga. Was it the size of your pinky?
No. Or maybe? I don't remember, honestly.
Really? Oh my gosh, dude. This nigga, right? And I know, cause like we used to struggle smoke, like that was the perfect term that you had used. Struggle smoke. We used to struggle smoke like and that just goes for everything that includes a struggle to just have to smoke. We used to go through everything, like buying nickel bags and shit back in the day. And I remember, right, like I used to compare everybody's nickel bags. Like I used to be I never used to buy from people in school, but I know like I used to buy from people around the block, from like Bed-Stuy and shit. And one guy had the shittiest dime bags, yo, of Reggie, right? Even loud too. It was small, but I mean it'll still get you high and shit. But he used to stuff this shit in his balls, and that shit used to stink. So his shit used to stuff. Yeah, that shit used to fucking suck ass. Then especially in the summertime. Fuck. His name was Rick.
You smoked it?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I wash my hands. I wash my hands, man. And I made sure like none of the ball smell was on the actual weed. If it had like some of the actual weed, I don't know. We used to do some type of shit to get that shit off, but yeah, that shit sucked. And like, I remember we had some other dude on the block. He used to put he used to mix crack with his greens and shit. And that shit used to bust. That shit used to bust. And he used to that shit used to smack, boy. Yo, that shit. And you used to smoke that.
Crack.
You used to smoke it. You used to smoke it, Justin, because I remember like when you had first started like waking and baking with me. That shit. I had stopped buying from the other dude who used to keep it in his pants, and I used to cop from that dude only, unless the other dude I'm about to bring up like was around. Like, I used to cop from him mostly. So we used to smoke mostly like the crack one. And I don't know if anybody was bugging out. You didn't seem like the type to bug out, really. You was just chilling. But if you were in a tense situation, I think you would have felt it. Me, like, when I used to pick up my brother, I used to feel it. And I used to be in a train. I used to feel that shit. So his shit used to bust and smack. And then the other one that I still cop to from this day, like, that live on my block and shit. His shit, like, was always good. his nickel bags was always good. Fresh weed, real weed. You don't have to worry about anything. No tainted shit. And then I remember like all those bags I used to get. The one who used to keep the guy used to keep in his pants. He used to have like the smallest ones, but it was never as small as my pinky. It was always as fat as my thumb. Right? I always made sure I got. If I was getting a nickel bag, it had to be as fat as my thumb. And I remember one day, I was in school and I was like, you know what? I do smoke a lot of weed, and there's a lot of people in the school that like a lot of gang dudes that like selling shit. And I was like, you know what? Let me like to like strengthen relations with them and shit. Let me like buy off of them, so that way like I could have some like cool gang niggas to be cool with and shit on the block, just for like fucking like fuck's sake, like just whatever, So I was like, all right. John is selling, so like he came up to me a couple times. He was like, all right, you want to sell and shit to me. So like, say less. So I remember he sold me a nickel bag one day, and I just wanted one nickel bag. I was like, I just want one, and that shit, dude, was the size. That shit was the size of my pinky. You know that line, the first line from your pinky to your pinky nail. That's how small the nug was. That's how small the nug was, yo. Usually, when you get something thumb size, you could smoke at least 2 bowls out of that shit, and you'd be good for like the rest of the day. If you're a good struggle smoker and you could ration it with like Fonto and all that bullshit, then you're getting a good like 2 smokes out of that. But this dude like really gave me a little and that shit did not taste like, it just tasted like dirt. It tasted like dirt. It didn't get me high, nothing. And I really wanted to go back to him and get my $5. I was so I felt so betrayed that day, dude.
I
really did.
Cool.
I thought weird. I had it like I really was like that the whole day. I was mad. I was like, I thought we were cool. And after that, I stopped kind of saying like what's up to him. I used to like dap him up half-ass and all that bullshit. And I remember every time we were alone, I was like, yo, this nigga, the shit weed again, man. I'm so tired of him. I'm so tired of him. I don't know if you remember that shit, but I used to always say that every time he used to come around. And like, this nigga is, if he's selling shit weed to my friends, I'm gonna warn them before, like, I'm gonna tell him not to never buy from this nigga so he can learn a lesson.
Yo.
Fucking
like Russo wanted no parts in it. Like when I remember the 3 of us were at his house and I was just like, yo, here. And because I ain't buy it for me, like I don't even know how to fucking roll. So I was just like, yo, here. He was just like, nah, the person who bought it should be the one to smoke it. I'm just like, you lying. I was just like, just say you don't, just say you want no parts in it. Because once he heard it was John, he was like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Nah, he still should have tried it though. He still should have tried it. I don't think he will lace it with anything. It's just like he was very cheap. He was very cheap, and I don't know if he was smoking that shit for himself, but you could tell by the way he kept himself. He wasn't like the rest of them other gang niggas and shit. They were selling. Even Davis too.
Oh, Banger,
yeah, like. His shit was really good. Like, he had high quality shit. But this nigga used to sell, like, a 20-pack, like, a dub for, like, a small-ass amount. Like, and that shit used to piss me off, too. And he always pressure you into, like, buying it. And I used to be like, dude, I do not want to go outside my house all the way to, like, the train station to cop from you. And your shit is very loud, but it's very small, and the risk factor is stupid. Like, I don't want to do that. And he used to always get mad. Like, even to this day, this nigga's still selling shit. And he still hit me up. Like, if I go on Facebook and he see me post, like, a lot of times. No, actually, I think he's tight at me because I just never bought. I never end up buying. I bought several times off of him, but it's like the shit just went away fast. Like, it was good shit, but it just went fast. So I was like,
Yeah, he tried to, like, what's with people? Like, he tried smashing Bianca. Like, he he tried to get me to buy from him, like, all the time, to the point where I just ignored him. Like, I have no problem ignoring people. So, like, he would send me messages, and I'd leave them on read, and then once he didn't get the hint, I'd just not open my messages.
Like, I told him one time, I was like, dude, like, the couple of times I bought from you was, like, because you were there, like, you buy to school, so I just did it, like, you know? Like, if I'm going to do that, I'm going and coming back home, like, I'm trying to lower risk factor and shit, because the cops back in the day used to, like, stop and frisk people during when we were in high school. So it was something like we were trying to get arrested and shit. This nigga used to bug out, like, yo, meet me here, meet me by Franklin Station, where all the fucking police are. Like,
where all of them were.
Yeah, and I used to be like, dude, why? Like, I remember one time, like, in the winter, he wanted me to meet him, like, by the museum, and I'm like, dude, I already got weed already. Like, I already know how to get my shit. Like, it's either you come to my house and just deliver that, or I'm not buying. Like, I'm not gonna go outside and do that shit. I'm tired. He used to just have all kind of weird shit, yo. Then after that, he ended up saying, like, look, I'm about to deliver, on all that shit now. And I'm like, dude, I already have a good dealer now. I'm good.
He had to have been undercover or something.
Who, him?
He had to have been undercover. For him to keep saying, yo, meet me, and for him to say meet me in Franklin train station.
Very fucking retarded, like, with that shit, I think. Because he never used to conceal the shit properly. Like, there was one CUT he did it properly where you can't smell anything at all. But the other times, especially the summertime when he used to come and deliver that shit through the train station, whole book bag of loud, dude, of sour, of, like, just different shit, Pineapple Express, and you could smell him. You can smell him, like, man didn't even get off the stop yet. You can smell him coming through this fucking you can smell him coming through the hood. You can smell him, like, coming down the stairs, and you're outside. That's how bad it is. And I'm like, yo, you're a fucking retard for that shit. You're making it mad hot. I don't want to be around you.
Because he's undercover. Yo, it's all starting to make sense.
Fucking word, yo. Dude, did I tell you about undercover? I got stopped by the police the other day for doing some dickhead shit. It was my fault. But they let me go.
You said you got what?
I got stopped by the police for some dickhead shit I did on the road the other day. Last week.
I knew that shit was gonna catch up to you. Second, you were just like, "Yo, I'm doing 60." I'm just like, "Yeah, you gonna get caught."
I'm doing 60 or 25. You can't stop me. I'm gonna hit some Pacific people. I don't give a shit. Like, yo, I was coming home from work, and I had to go cop some bud and shit. And my coworker is like one of those Poindexter people that just loves everything to be very, very neat and very, very clean to the book. And I don't mind it, but he was just stuck downstairs for like a minute. So I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I got my bike parked outside. I'm ready to leave. I was like, fuck it. I'm about to be out. I told him, like, look, my dealers hit me up. I gotta be out. So I hopped on my bike, bounced, and I'm kind of late. And I'm by the red light on, like, Empire and, like, I think Schenectady. And I'm like, yo, fuck this shit. I gotta leave. So I just crossed the red light because I didn't see nobody coming down the shit. So I'm like, all right, I crossed the shit. But lo and behold, a fucking undercover cop saw me, like, cross the red light while he was passing down. And he waited till, like, I hit the stop sign. Another stop sign with, like, a bunch of people, other people waiting by it, to see if I was gonna cross it again. Then, like, he revved his sirens on and went all the way around, like, the traffic, and stopped and pulled up right in front of me. And I forgot I ran the stop sign because I was just, like, on the go and shit. So I'm like, why the fuck are they rolling up on me for like this? Four cops came out, and dude, they came out simultaneously. Like, have you ever seen like the Clone Wars? From Star Wars, the Clone Wars? The niggas came out like one of those robots. All four of them came out like the same time. I was just so confused, and I was like, dude. They was like, you know what you did? And I was like, nah, what happened? And they're like, you crossed the red light. It's like, don't you know what you just did? I was like, fuck. I was like, yeah, my bad, yo. I was just trying to get home. And I just like missed it by mistake. And I just passed it. And they were like, yeah, we saw you cross it. Do you have a motorcycle license? And I was like, nah. They was like, permit? And it was like, permit? And I was like, nah. And I could just see it in my eyes. I'm just seeing my fucking bike being repossessed right now. So I'm just not even.
You're just like, damn.
Yeah, the only thing that's going through my head is like, damn. Let me go. At least let me go home. Don't arrest me. Like, at least let me go home. Like, you could take my bike, but just don't arrest me. I just want to go home. I don't mind buying a motorcycle and like getting a license and all that bullshit. What is in my head? That was the same song, dude. That song actually
made a big mistake.
Yes, that's what was playing in my head actually. You done it, ow. But I don't remember the rest of the words, so I was like, hey, hey, ha, hey.
Officers, I just want to be on the ticker.
We're officers. I was just going, dude. I was just like, I'm sorry, yo. I was just trying to make it home, and I did some stupid shit, and I didn't mean to. I did mean to, but I just did some stupid shit. Like, my bad. And they were like, all right, do you have an ID at least? And I was like, yeah, here's my ID. They saw my ID, they gave it back to me. There was like, yo, just be careful, don't run the red lights, and you know what, we'll just let you go with a warning and stuff, and just have a good night.
These niggas don't care about their job, cause you have a motorcycle.
And they asked me how much cc's it was, and I was like 50 cc's, and it was like, oh, pretty cool. And they went in their car and dipped. What you said? They didn't do their job?
These niggas don't care.
They don't care?
Cause you have a motorcycle without a license or a permit. Like, that's you riding dirty. Like, they could have easily did some shit, but because technically in the law's eyes, you're like, in the law's eyes, you don't know how to drive at all. So they'll be like, nah, he's a danger. He's a danger on the road. All that stupid shit.
You're definitely right. There's a very much gray area between that shit though. Like, you're right though. Like, if they wanted to, they could have said like, look, you don't have any of that. This is a motorcycle. You know, didn't have the guy who asked me about the CCs. I think he was just making sure that it wasn't like more than like, you know, that.
Yeah.
So like, when I told him, he was like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'll let you go, whatever. Cause like, I'm not breaking a violation so much.
Yeah.
Cause
it's not like you have like a fucking Kawasaki or some shit like that.
Yes. So if I had like that shit, they would have been like, nigga, you gotta give that shit up. You wildin'. And I was actually planning to do that this year and just straight up wild out with that shit and like buy one right now, like buy a gas motorcycle right now. But I'll just do it the right way. But yo, I thought like them niggas was about to fucking shoot me, dude. Cause, and you know they're the most like corrupt police precinct over there on Empire. Like those. Yeah.
They don't. What was I gonna say? Ricky told me. Ricky's just like, yo, that's the worst. All the way on near Franklin, right? The one.
No, not the one that has like the bridge near it, but the one.
Not that one.
Nah, but the one near Jackie Robinson. There's one near Jackie Robinson towards Empire, near the McDonald's and shit. And that one is worse than the one near the bridge. Like the one near the bridge, they actually kind of do their job a little bit. Not really, like, not really, but like they let shit go, cause you could actually smoke weed around that precinct and not really get caught. But But the one by Empire, they're corrupt to the point where they used to arrest people. They had a history of arresting people and beating the fuck out of them, killing them, wrongfully arresting them, all kind of bullshit like that, extorting people. A list of bullshit, you know, rape.
Oh, you got lucky then.
So like, yeah, I was very surprised. Like they could have done it the worst way, where they could have done their job plus more, meaning they could have done like extra shit that they didn't need to do, but I knew they probably wouldn't have gotten away with it because like that precinct already has a reputation, unless like New York City doesn't fucking care about that shit and they could let go. Like I don't know, but surprisingly they're all cool, and I think when I told them I worked at Crunch, that was another reason why they were like, oh, I don't want to fuck with you, because like they didn't solve the first robbery for that shit. So like they kind of trying to like not be near that shit. And when they was searching my book bag, yo, them niggas told me to open up my book bag. Open this shit up. But the way I did it, like I did it kind of fast, and one of the officers went on his hip and about to pull out his fucking gun, yo.
He's like, yo, what you doing?
What you opening it fast? Like, yo. I was like, you told me to open it. I looked at the nigga, I was like, yo, I was pointing at the bag, and I was like, yo, you told me to open it. He was like, what is in it? And I was like, boxing gloves. And he was like, you don't have any butt on you? I was like, nah, I'm coming back from work, dude.
Why? So, you want to smoke?
What? I was like, you want a cop? You want a cop? But I opened my bag and they saw like tissues in the front pocket. So like them niggas they didn't have no mask on, and they didn't even like have no gloves on to like search my bag. They just had the flashlight and they were just like looking around, and they just saw tissues and shit. And I was like, yeah, I have I had left like mad trash in my bag from like one day I had work, because like I was just so tired, and I was like, fuck it, all the like allergy tissues I left, I was like, I just left it in there. So like they was just like, oh, all right, fuck it, fuck that part, we're gonna look at the next part and shit. And they saw the boxing gloves and they were like, alright, you cool, we gonna leave you alone. I was playing mad hard ass drill music that talked about like spin the ops and get drilling the cops when they had stopped me too. So I don't know.
They about to cancel your Netflix.
They was about to turn my TV off.
They were gonna snap, crackle, and pop you. Yo, like that video of them just making fun of him.
He was just like, they're gonna close your curtains. Like, it was not caring.
They snatched his soul. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, yo, that shit scared the fuck out of me, man. I was just like, man, I went all the way home and kissed the bed. I was like, I'm happy I'm not in jail. They could have thrown me in the prison, the jail cell, dude.
Cops turned on the sirens and was like, we're coming.
We're coming. Yo, and I did the right thing too. Like I was already pulled over to the side and I stopped at the red light and shit. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck I did. So I saw them pull in front of me and like look at me. I was like, holy shit. And all the Jewish people around me was just like looking at me. And even after the cops that let me go, they were mad confused. They were like, why didn't you arrest that nigger? And I'm just there like, yo, there was this guy across. He had the green light. And after the cops had left, he still had the green light. And I'm like looking at him and he's staring at me like, yo, what the fuck is good with this dude? Why didn't he get arrested? And I'm looking at him. I'm like, go, you bitch. I was like, go. I was like, I'm free. I got the free pass. You could go ahead too, because you got the green light. And he missed his green light and just stayed there for the whole time. And I had the green light and I looked at him and I was like, you dickhead. Like, you did that just to look at me and you was salty because I didn't get arrested. Now I'm about to spin through your block and with the nah.
Damn, they deleted him. They deleted it. The video of him saying, of the separate video saying, they turned my homie's TV off. Now what? Like, of them just making fun of his shit, like he deleted it. Close his curtains.
He was speaking about some shit yesterday, and I was listening to him, and I was just laughing. I forgot what he was saying. He was speaking about some shit though.
Rocked his snot box. Put his noodles on the sidewalk.
Close his curtains.
Yo, I be cursing at random people so much when I'm working, like, and I don't realize I'm doing it until after, like, and that shit, like, cause they piss me off, like, them doing the dumbest shit. Like today, I had the handcart, so I'm walking with it, and the sidewalk is pretty narrow, and they see it, they obviously see it coming, and they walk in front of it instead of walking around it. So I have to stop what I'm doing and somehow manage to move so they can get across. And I thought I didn't say it loud, and I'm just like, yo, why the fuck would you do that? And they turned their heads and they looked at me. I'm like, oh shit.
Was this on
talking my shit.
Was this on 59th?
Oh no, I've been moved out of 59th. I'm on 39th. 39th, 29th.
Still busy.
Over on the east side, yeah.
Still busy. I used to go to work around there too. Yo, I used to do the same thing. I used to do the same thing going to school though. Like when the tourists used to like just look up, and it would be the same thing going and coming back. But the coming back thing, you know what? Going and coming back wouldn't be a bad thing, right? Because like I have other like students that walk way faster than me, and the girls always walk fast as fuck. Like their life is in threat all the time. So like, it is. I ain't gonna lie. Right now it is like New York is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But back like going and shit, like bitches be walking mad fast, like, you know, for no reason, but faster than me, and we got away with that shit. Like when there was tourists around, some like bum rush the fuck out of them. We'll push the fuck out of them, shove the fuck out of them. If you don't know our town like that, and you know we don't know, and you're with the crowd that's going to school and they're late for school, or they like late for exams as well.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about.
We don't give a fuck. Like we're pushing your shit. If you're doing it, if you're doing it with the group, you could get away with it. Like, and you gotta mesh in with the group, like on some Assassin's Creed shit. If you're doing it alone, like sometimes you could get sometimes people stop and like look at you and like, yo, what the fuck? Like I never had an altercation where somebody just stopped off and was like, you want to fight because like I bumped you or some shit on purpose. But
I don't bump people on purpose. Like I say, well, actually I do. Like I say excuse me, but there's only so many times I can say it. Like if I say it twice and you still haven't moved, whatever happens after that happens after that. So the last time I bumped someone, I was trying to get to work and they weren't moving. I'm like, I was on the train. I'm like, excuse me. And then I said, okay, now you're wilding. And I pushed them. Like I didn't use my hands and push them, but like I used my shoulder and I mushed them out the way.
Bum rush the fuck out of you into the tracks. You go.
There was actually like not a video, but there was an article about how this guy, for no reason, just pushed the girl onto the tracks.
Yeah, see, I've seen shit like that. And there's like a rise in that right now. I really don't want my mom to go like on the train again. That's gonna be fucked up. Well, fuck.
I like the fact that school is online because like my little sister's in college.
Yeah.
So like all that shit's online. And the second she goes back, it's just like, you don't gotta go back. Just do that shit online.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's really good. What do you call it? Did you ever used to do this thing where you'll move people out the way, where you'll hold them by both shoulders and like quickly. Yeah, man, it gets dirty on the field, bro. It's what does Hassan say? It's a war going on outside.
No one is
It's
safe
safe
from.
from. Oh man, yo. Um. So like I used to have I have this technique where when I'm in a rush, I'm like I mostly do it to gentrified people. I don't do it to hood people. Like I only do it to hood people rarely. Like it'll be a time where
Hood people are fucking have PTSD, so they're just like, oh, we fighting?
Yeah, we fighting. Like that's something that you really have to like open your mouth and be like, yo, I'm sorry, yo, I gotta like get through.
I'm sorry, I'm just mad. Like, I'm sorry, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, like I gotta tell them like, yo, like my bad, I gotta get through. Like I gotta be vocal about it and kind of loud, but not like to the point where I'm kind of start shit with them. But like the gentrified people and the fucking tourists, oh, I have this technique where this judo technique where I lightly, and it gets so confused when I do it, but it's like it's not even like a judo. It's a judo thing, but it's like Dan Brown, like magicians do it too, where I'm walking and you're either in front of me like facing forward or facing backwards, and I'm gonna put both my hands on your shoulders and I'm gonna quickly redirect you to where you need to go in life. Like that's what I do like sometimes, and I've gotten away with it a lot. Like I never got in trouble for it. It's assault, to be honest. I think it's assault. I've done it to like women and men, and I'm proud of it. Like it's something that I'm very proud of because I've gotten away with it, and nobody has ever brought me up on it. Nobody's ever called me out on it. And I've done it on Nostrand Avenue. I've done it on 59th. I've done it on 36th, on Madison Square, whatever Madison Square Garden is. Done it.
Oh, on 34th?
34th, yeah, I've done it there. Very easy. And it's very cool. One time I had a train of them. One time I had like what they call that thing where a succession, like, you know, you had like a 2 times, 3 times, 4 times type hit on it. Like I had that type of like shit.
I had a combo.
I had a combo, nigga. I had one day I had a good ass combo and I was so pissed off. But like when I got to my destination, I was so proud of myself because I was like, dude, you're such a mind warper. Cause like I looked you right in your eye and you know I'm going there. And you don't want to move, you fucking dumbass. And you know I picked that spot to go and you know I have to go there. It's like, alright, like how you saying how like when you and the person is like walking, like, you know, he's seeing you walk and you're seeing him walk, right? And he's seeing the direction you need to go already. And he steps into that part of the direction. And I know sometimes it's a mistake because like sometimes humans do that shit by mistake where they'll happen to like want to like go the opposite direction. And it's just like a brain trigger for some reason. And I do sympathize with it sometimes, but for the most part, I feel like you should be able to train your mind out of it. And you're old enough to train your mind out of it, where if you're in the city for a long time, you should be able to get over it. Especially if you're a working person, you know? Because I was like Mr. Shut-in, like I'll go to school and come back and I'll never go do anything afterwards. So I don't really like... I don't really walk fast in the city, so if I'm not really walking fast in the city, I'm stoner, man. How am I doing better than you? I'm gonna move you out the way. So I'll look them dead in the eye, pick my direction, and be like, yo, you're dead ass? Okay. Football tackle around you and shit. And like, you'll be redirected, and they'll look at me and be like, what the fuck? I won't turn back to look, I'll just keep going.
Kind of Jedi mind tricks. Have them think they're supposed to. They're like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be going this way.
Well, it's like you corrected their mistake for them, the mistake that they knew that they were making, and they were trying to stop. Because like I understand, when I had turned back a couple of times to see how people reacted to it, and like one person like quickly looked and was like, whatever, and they understood that they did a mistake, and a couple people had like, you know, stood up and was like, what the fuck, for a little bit, and just kept walking. So like, you could tell with the time, like how long they stand, that they were like, oh fuck, like this nigga touched me. Or if they stand and go mad quick, like, okay, they understand the mistake they made, and they just kept going. And they understood that I corrected their mistake. It sounds very fucked up and narcissistic, but it's just like something I just developed because I had to go. I have to go to my destination.
No, like what with white people, like I just scare them into moving. Like I suck my teeth. I go, you dead ass? I go, so you just gonna stand there? Or, yeah, just stand there when I'm trying to move, go ahead. But with hood niggas, just to avoid confrontation, I go, yo, my bad, bro, let me just get through it. Because for whatever reason, like, because if it was me, like, I think, if someone was to do that to me, I think, alright, you're just trying to get through it, it's what it is. But for whatever reason, hood niggas, they just think, oh, they want to fight.
Nah.
So I gotta tell them, like, yo, like, my bad, bro. Let me get out your way.
It would be a rarity, right? Like, oh yeah, like, so like sometimes I'll pick and choose, right? Of course. If it's like a family that's like walking slow in front of me and they got a stroller and all that shit, like I'll be stressed, but like I'll walk around them and shit and just be like, you know, whatever, or I'll say excuse me or whatever. If it's small school kids, I'll do the same thing too. I'll just go around them and whatever. I won't even make a thing about it. Teenagers that's in high school, I'll be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, nigga?
Oh my god.
I'll be like, oh my god, y'all niggas is whack. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Like, I fucking shame the fuck out of them. I don't care what gang they're in. I don't care how hood they are. I'd just be like, yo, y'all niggas is moving walk. Like, come on now. Like,
but not for nothing. That's how we used to move.
It depends. Fuck. If it's like the hood girls, dude, I'd be pissed off, yo. I'd be like, yo, y'all gotta get the fuck out the way. Y'all doing too much. If it's like the hood niggas or whatever that's walking in a big ass group and shit, it depends, like, on my day. Like, if I'm really pissed off that day and I gotta go somewhere and they some little niggas, I'd be like, yo, like, what you doing? Like, get the fuck out the way and shit. And some of them I had moments where some of them got tight and they were like, yo, what the fuck? And I quickly like flashed my knife and I was like, what? And like them niggas is like, yo, we don't want it.
What's wrong with you?
I had a couple of times where I like shit had come out, like popped off a little bit. And like I toned it down because like I know that area is kind of weird, like when it comes to gangs. And I know people over there too, so I was like, you know what, let me not like burn my bridges and shit. So I was like, fuck it. If they in the way, whatever, I'll move out the way and shit. But yeah, yo, I used to do that shit. The crack, and Nostrand, like going down Nostrand to that A train, the fucking crackheads. I just stay away. I just try to stay away. I don't start nothing with them niggas, yo. They got it. They got it.
Oh, they got superpowers. Once they turn into crackheads, they got superpowers.
They got it, yo. I don't even get mad, yo. I get mad, but I just be like, yo, I save it. I keep it inside. They different level, yo. They're power level on some shit. I don't touch them. I don't get mad. I don't suck my teeth. Because they be walking around ready to spit on people, yo, or just ready to do some bullshit around that area.
Yeah, like there's today I was working and this random guy was just yelling for no reason, and I had to walk past this nigga and I got tight because I had to, and he was just like, he started saying how he'll kill people and all this other shit, and I'm like, I gotta go past him. And the shit I had to deliver to was right near him, so me crossing the street would have made no sense. So I'm just like, damn, I have to, alright, whatever. So I walked past him and he still kept mumbling, and he's like, yo, I'll fucking kill you, like, and it's just like, yo, because I have a strange habit.
Attracting,
I have
attracted the
and
fuckheads.
I have a strange habit of looking at people, and that's my issue. And
When you look at them
my
niggas, they're
coworker,
gonna be like, "What you looking at?"
that's the thing. That's happened to me before. So like, and I remember one of my friends telling me, because he's from Harlem. He's like, "Yo, bro, like," and he's like a hood nigga. He's like, "Bro, like, you can't look them in the eyes for too long. Like, you can't look at them for too long, or else they're gonna think you're trying to do something." I'm like, well, if I look at them and look down, they're gonna think I'm pussy, and I'm not pussy. He's just like, that doesn't matter. Like, if you keep looking at them, they're gonna think it's an issue. So I'm just like, but I have a habit of looking at them. So I want to look at him, and he's like, "Yo, what you looking at?" And I'm like, "Oh, God."
I kind of had the same habit too, right? Where like if I see some shit, but my habit is just like I laugh, yo. If I see something funny, I'll laugh, yo. If it's like a crazy nigga like that, like I'll look at you, but me, I'm kind of retarded myself, and I walk around with a knife, and I'm dumb, and I shouldn't be doing that, because I shouldn't like anticipate me using that shit in New York City, or just in general. I don't want to kill nobody, dude. That's fucking weird. Like I just want to go home and yeah, I just want to go home and I just want to like chill. But like I don't want to like be caught in the other end of like getting stabbed, you know? So I'd rather stab you first and like, you know, have you stab me and shit. So I feel like if you like people like that, like I mean mugged them by accident, because like I'll look at them, but I'll be like, yo, if this dude does something to me, I'm gonna have to use this shit, because I don't want to do anything. And that is the same thing for the crackhead in the train that I had got into a fight with the other time. Like I was mean mugging her because like she came on the train and was acting stupid like near me and the girl, and she was like looking at me every time the girl like touched my hand and shit, like I was her boyfriend or something, like I was the crackhead's boyfriend. So I looked at her like, yo, what the fuck you trying to do? Like, I'm looking at you twisted up your face. Like, what? Are we gonna fight? Is this gonna be a fight and the later on stops? So like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it now, because obviously something's wrong. So I'm stupid like that. I should not never do it. I should have never done that. I should have just like looked away. But I don't want to be caught by the surprise of the element, you know? I want to know that, I know. So I won't like get caught in some bullshit. And yeah, that happened, and she got up in my face, and I don't think she was spitting on me, but she didn't honk a loogie at me or anything. When she was talking, she was spitting on purpose. So I got tight and I pushed her into the doors. And I didn't know how hard I pushed her. It was just some shit like, yo, get the fuck out my face. Because I normally spar and just play around. I'm not the type to be like very aggressive like to people and just like actually do that shit. Like, it was the last aggressive fight I ever got in that was like real was like, I feel like the time where me, Timothy, and thing got jumped by those like hood niggas on around the block like in front of my house. Like that was the only time we got into some real shit, like where I had to use like real force or whatever, and that like fucked up for me anyway. but this shit, like I was like, holy shit, I didn't know I could push a person that hard. And her head bounced off the back of the doors, and she I don't know if she got a concussion or something, she got kind of woozy, but she got back up like pretty quick, like she was ready to fight.
Oh shit, cracker. She died.
People held her back a little bit, but they held me back the most. And I was like, yo, why y'all niggas holding me back? Like, get off of me. The whole train was like, yo, that's a lady. I'm like, yo, she's
a crackhead.
She's a crackhead. Like, she over here spitting on me and starting shit with me. Like, yeah. I was like, that is not a lady. I was telling them, I was like, that's not a lady. That's a crackhead. There's a difference. I was like, I know, because like once you take certain shit and you start tweaking and you look a certain way, you lost your humanity for a little while. You gotta regain your humanity back, learn how to speak, learn how to like talk to people and shit after doing that shit. So, well, yeah, I was like, yeah, that's a fucking mutant. Like, fuck that. Niggas held me back. Then like, she came out the train station and she wanted to square up again. So I started laughing and I was squaring up with her. Like I was about to punch her in the face. And everybody started taking out their phone and like filming. And somebody screamed, "Conductor! Call the police! Call the police!" So like, I fucking like went, and a Chinese girl, she was still sitting there, like she was debating, I guess, whether to go home or stay on the train. I was like, "You bitch! If you stay on the train, you're going to Queens, and you're not gonna know where you're going after that." So I pulled her hand, and I was like, "Come on, let's get the fuck out of here." I ran up to the train station with her, and me and her was just both laughing, like all the way home, like just laughing, like, "Yo, I can't believe that shit happened," or whatever. And I didn't know she was crazy at that time, because like me and her was just like normal. We was laughing at a crazy situation. So I was like, "Yo, all right, this girl is fun as fuck. We just got into some shit and she wasn't weirded out, like, you know, and we cool, everything cool." After that shit, this bitch had to go wild out and tweak too.
Is this a socially retarded girl?
Yes.
She probably acted normal because that's her normal.
Fuck.
She's like, I remember when I spit on someone.
I would love to see how she. I mean, I could.
Yo, be a fuckboy. Be toxic. Pull up on her. You know how many times I've done that?
On her.
Like, don't like physically, but just like message her. Be like, "Hey."
Oh, I did. She blocked my shit. I still have her number. I think I still have her number in my phone or some shit. But I'm not really interested.
Burner.
I'm good.
That burner account.
Nah, I'm actually good. She got a face tattoo like worse. It's like Mike Tyson level worse. Like,
ooh.
Like you didn't see it?
No.
I don't know if is she trying to laser the shit off or conceal it with the makeup or something, but yeah, it's there.
If you have to get makeup to conceal it and all this other stuff, why get it?
Because she probably knows she looked like a retard now. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool." I said it in that tone that I was like, "Ooh, you fucked up." It's cool.
Like, ooh, future-wise, not that good, but like, all in all, it's pretty cool.
Nah, present-wise, I don't think it was the best choice either. I don't know what artist she went to. I think she had sketched this shit up herself, because I remember like she used to.
Those are the worst.
Yeah, I remember she used to sketch like things in her book or whatever, like shit like that. And I was like, ooh. She was a nice girl, but it was just like overbearing shit. Like, picture like a fucking 8-year-old in their first relationship.
Ooh.
Like that, like, and you're like 20, you're like 19, 18, like, you shouldn't even be acting like that. I mean, granted, you can act like you don't know a little bit much more shit and be like probably clingy or whatever now, like, you know, excuse it. But yeah, like at the time I was like, damn, like what the fuck? Like, I didn't even act like this at 19.
How did I act at 19? Like, I know for a fact I was immature, but like, I don't think that immature.
Yeah, like I was immature, but like I had a basic concept of like trying to pursue maturity, you know? Like, you have to go get a job, finish school, do all this bullshit. Like, oh man. So like I encountered some girl today that was just like he's common, like that Nick. I'm just gonna say that to, like, you know, to address him. But yeah, like I encountered like someone like her, you know, today. The same. I think I told you about her. The same girl. She had came and she was like, "Oh, I want to be wined and dined." When she was I was trying to sign her up for like a membership. And she came back again to reinstate her shit. And she came back with her boyfriend, And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I was like, "You dumbass! Why did you quit your account to just go back to reinstate it like 3 weeks later? Like why? And I'm the same person signing you up again. Like why?" So when she saw my face, she turned around and like went outside for a little bit. And I guess she was shamed because like she knows she was doing stupid, spiteful shit for some reason. And she knew I knew. And I knew she went outside for that specific reason. She came back. She was like all nice and everything, and she didn't like say anything about, oh, I want this, I want that. What's this? What's that? She was like, yeah, here's my ID. Here's all this. Just sign me up. And I was like, okay, signed you up. Everything was good after that. I was like, nice. And she just looked. She was like just speaking to the nigga, her boyfriend or whatever, and she was like saying some shit about I think he knows or whatever. I'm like, yeah, of course I know. It's like in front of me. Like it says that you rejoined right in front of me, and that I'm the same tender like in your account from like 3 weeks ago. I was looking at her like, yo, you're a fucking retard. You can see when somebody's retarded in their eyes. Like when you have like the half-baked eyes, like your eyes look like half a moon. You know there's something going wrong up there.
My favorite, in order to call someone stupid, my favorite is calling them a weirdo. Like, what's crazy is the girl that you said, you were talking to the guy and like the girl didn't even look at you or like talk to you or whatever. And we had a conversation about like, if that's okay and whatnot. So, did I tell you about this girl that I worked with that I thought I knew?
Yeah.
So, adds up, like we had a conversation, adds up like I knew her since I was a baby. Like we lived in the same building. So we're talking and she's just like, yo, you remember XYZ? I'm like, yeah, you remember this person? So we're just talking about like old shit since when we were kids. And she's like, you got their Facebooks? I'm like, yeah, I'll show you right now. So I showed him her Facebook, and she was just like, matter of fact, let me get yours. So I'm like, all right, got you. She has a boyfriend and everything. So I post a status saying how like the people at my job are like terrible at calling out. And she comments, she's like, yo, I hate that shit because like you got to do extra work. It was only work related, the shit we talked about under that status. So Caitlin starts acting weird. So I'm like, what's good with you? And she does this thing where she thinks she's an adult, and oh shit, my headphone. She thinks she's an adult and she thinks she's above all that petty shit, when in actuality she isn't. So she does this thing where if she's mad at you, she won't tell you what's wrong until like 2-3 days later, where it makes no sense to fix it.
You saw Kayla?
Yes and no.
What?
So we're getting there at least. So I'll get into why I want to after, but she doesn't tell me what's wrong until like the next day, because she ignores my messages for that night. She ignores it. I go to sleep. I wake up. I blow her phone up, and she calls me. I'm like, are you gonna tell me what's wrong? She's like, you adding girls from work? And I'm just like, yo, that's the girl I told you I knew since I was a baby. And she was like,
it doesn't matter what her name is. I'm telling you,
like,
that's like
you friendly? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, nah, like I told you who she was. Like she commented, we don't like each other's stuff. We never talked on Facebook outside of that status. Like, and she still kept that. And I told her, I'm just like, why are you telling me this now? She goes, I don't know. I'm like, okay, so you're being a child. So I send her paragraphs, and I send her a voice message through text saying that, you know, like, I only want to be with her and I want to make things work, and she's only someone I knew since I was a kid. She's just a friend, like that's it. And in response to those messages in that voice message, she says, before that, I go, I'm yours. She goes, that's not the point. And then I send her those messages in the voice message. She goes, don't text me. So don't tell me to do that because I'm going to listen to you. So I go, okay, good night. So I didn't speak to her this whole entire day. So
Oh, I would break up with her completely. It's hard as fuck. I know. I like yesterday. Like it was like, dude, I'm so fucking lonely as fuck. There's no fucking girl to speak to. There's no fucking woman to to conversate with, to like get to know.
but
I'm
that's
just
the thing.
fucking here.
Like, I I wanted to get back with Kayla again because I realized outside of her being her being stupid, the reasons why it didn't work was because I wasn't over Dominique. But then once I realized that I have to let Dominique go, I realized that, yo, I can make it work now. And now Dominique got this boyfriend. Now, yo, that's another story. Fuck her. Like, honestly. Nah, don't fuck her. Like, she's pretty cool. But did I tell you I helped her?
But it is what it is, right? Like,
It is what it is.
You gotta do that one.
It is what it is.
You can't hate them, but you can't like them. It is what it is.
She was telling me how she really likes this guy or whatever, so I helped her out with that.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
you told me
a
about
couple of
that.
days ago, yeah, she's like how she's single because she told me she had mixed feelings, but she didn't want to tell me what it was about. So I asked her, I'm just like, yo, you said you had mixed feelings? Are those straightened out? She's like, yeah, and then she's like, I'm single, so I'm like, are you okay with that? She's like, yeah, I'm happy about it. I'm like, all right, good. That was one day. That was what day is it? Tuesday? That was Saturday. Sunday. That was Sunday. We talk on Monday, and she's like, be right back. No, actually, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, hanging out with my BF. I'm like, bitch, you said you were single literally less than 24 hours ago. But I was just like, all right, you want to talk to me later? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I guess she has a boyfriend now that I helped her get. So it was like, damn.
When me and that stripper girl was talking for a little bit, like it was weird like that too for a little while, for like the first 2 months. But I don't even like want to pursue her like that. In that sense, like I'm chilling, like I'm good. I honestly just want a girl that just like doesn't probably have no social media at all, or I don't know, that just doesn't give a fuck about things like that. It's just like relaxed, like stoner chick or some shit. I don't know, but she's cool like that too, but she's weird like that as well. Like there'll be times where we'll mess around and talk around and like talk shit or whatever to each other, then plan shit like to see each other, and like a week down the line it's like, oh, me and my husband this, me and my husband that, or whatever. Mind you, her husband is all the way in fucking Germany, alright? And this nigga like,
oh, you can break that up easily.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't give a fuck. I really, like at this point, like I don't even want to, and I don't even care to, because like I don't want to get into a relationship with her. Like I don't want to get into a relationship with somebody that constantly pops their pussy online. I really thought about it like this week too, because like I was considering it, and I was like, yo, like I'll consider it. But even like the thought about going on a date, it's like something that I really don't even want to do. Like I don't care to do, you know. Like it's either like I would take a girl out. Like I don't mind taking a girl out. It has to be the right one, and it's just something that's in my head right now. Like if I'm gonna do anything with a girl, like it just has to be your right one. Unless it's like just like a one time like fucking some shit, then like all right, I'll do something with her like that. But like other than that, I don't think I could do a whole relationship thing, because like I don't know, I was just going through a story and it's just like come see me at this club where I have an anal plug in my asshole. You get to see that, and I'm just like thinking like, be in the shoes a minute of like, be in the shoes of this bitch husband, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, right? If you're married, wait, why are you? When you sit down and analyze things, right? But like she told me, oh, like it's kind of weird in Germany how like when you get married, like I don't think you get citizenship off the bat like that. Like you have to really go and apply for it. So like they kicked her out the country because of the COVID shit. she didn't get it, but like they just was like, yo, if you're not from this place, you gotta leave. So she had to go back. But I don't know, yo. I'm thinking like, yo, that's your husband. Like, you could all work that shit out, and especially if you're married, it should be a little bit easier for you to get citizenship over there. And you're already doing the same thing you're doing over here in New York. So what's the need to like come over here? It's like you could always go back, you know. And you're like, oh, she be tripping like she's poor and shit, bro. But that girl's not poor. She be making bread. Like you get up. I know she don't work like the club like that a lot. Like, cause like I see her stories. Yeah, mad stories. Because I used to be like that. Like when I never used to have a job, I used to just go and post so much stories. Like now I don't even have the time for that. I just post like a couple and that's it. But you see like her whole day and you know she's not doing shit. And it's just like, dude, you're earning a lot of money from that shit. I know that from both things. Like you should not be complaining about, oh, I'm broke this, I'm broke that.
You just don't know how to spend your money. You know what she has to do?
She gotta focus on her cash.
She gotta focus on her cash.
Trying to finesse niggas, that's what. Trying to finesse. Cause like I'm not like, I don't know. After a while, I'm just tired. I think I might get a pit bull this week. So I'm not even. I was supposed to go on a date with her this week. But I might just stay home and clean up my room. And if you want to come see the dog, you can come see the dog. But if you don't, and you think I'm gonna trick you to fuck you, then you don't have to come. It's cool. That does sound like some like weird shit though. Hey, you wanna come see my puppy?
You wanna see my puppy? Just buy the van while you're at it.
Just come to my house. I have a puppy. But she's older. She's way older than me, dude. Like, come on now. Like, both of us. Like, I even told her, like, dude, I'm not even like. I don't mind just chilling with a girl. Like, I don't mind like just that being that. Like, if you coming over to just smoke and we don't have sex or you don't give me head, whatever, then I'm not gonna bitch and moan about that. Like, if I'm vibing to just to get to know you, and I'm cool with that. I don't mind doing that too, you know. So, I don't know. I guess like I'm untrustworthy looking. I'm a very untrustworthy character.
That's like, it's strange how some guys would be like, yo, if I'm chilling with a girl, she gotta get pussy. It's like, really?
Like the Chinese girl, I didn't even expect her to fuck me on the first day. I was just like, dude, we could just chill here and lie down and look at a movie. That's always my thing. And I'm never like, yo, pull your thing down. I'm trying to fucking suck your tit right now on the first day. Like, that's their choice. They be doing that shit. And I'll be like, whoa, you with it? Whoa.
Hello, deep divers.
Hello, deep divers. Only one girl. I was like, yo, you know what you're here for. Oh, granted, I only said that to one girl. And you know why you're here. You know it's not to chill, just to chill with me. Cause like, we known each other since 14. Like when we was teens and shit. And we've always planned to do this shit, but like it never went through. And like, she was speaking about some shit about, oh, my man do this, my man did that, or whatever. What are you doing, Malachi? And I'm like, I'm chilling. I'm here.
Why we're here.
I'm chilling. I have no job. I'm smoking weed. I'm an unemployed body whore. Well, no, without the unemployment, so I'm just a body whore.
So you're just a body whore.
Yeah. So I was like, come through. And granted, like when I was like that age of when we were together and shit for a little while. I mean, she looked like a 7, like a 6. See, it wasn't like really, oh, I'm catching a stroke, Justin. Whoa! I stood up too fast. Catching a stroke.
Since it's 7 to a 6, so normally people say 6 and then they
Six.
go. No, normally they say a number and then they go up a number. You said a number, then went down.
All right, so 7 on her best day, 7 on her best day. She had made it to 8 when we were like younger, but like when the older she got, she had dropped down to like 6, close to a 5, close to a 5. It's like she. All right, so like when we was growing up, we used to call her jalapeno. All right, you know the jalapeno from the Jeff Dunham Stroll?
No, but let me Google.
The puppet.
Nah, let me see. Hold on. I remember Nakai had a boyfriend, and he was acting like he was like verbally abusive and shit like that. And she was messaging me, and she was just like, "Yo." This was at like midnight. She was just like, "Yeah, you want to come over?" And I was just like, "Oh, you, oh."
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday Night Raw.
This is Michael Cole. It's boss time.
Boss time.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so you
Jose
see
Jalapeno?
Yes. So she looked like her chin was kind of shaped like that, right? A little bit, just a little bit. So I used to, so like there is times where she was gaining weight, and she like didn't look like that. Like it's when she doesn't eat, and I think she's to have like some type of depression. So I think she's to like not eat or whatever, or go into some type of stasis of starving herself, because like her upbringing was kind of weird. Like when she had told me her upbringing like in full, when we had saw each other as adults, I was like, oh shit, I never knew you used to get into all that. Like I never knew that all that used to happen. That's pretty weird, you know?
I didn't know you was wilding like that.
Not her wilding, it's just like, well, I mean like, yeah. I mean we knew, because like she wanted to give us all head at a time, like all the boys in the thing, youth group.
Oh dear.
We was about to orchestrate something like that at a point, but it didn't go through because like the youth leader came back fast. She was like, fuck. But it was her idea. She was like, yeah, I'll top all you niggas off. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, okay. But I was like 13. I was like, I don't care. I was like, who's going first? You know? We're not doing it all at once. I don't want to see no dick. The other guy was like, I don't care. But I was like, nah, we're choosing. We're picking turns. So, yeah, I ended up going out with her like a little bit later on. When I was like 14 or so, 15. And, yeah, yo, like, every text message was like, yo, dude, where are you? Where are you? You know, where's this? Where's that? And I would always be like, yo, I'm home. Like, I'm with my friends. And she would always get mad. And it was like the same thing with the Chinese girl, basically. But granted, like, we were young kids, so like I understood. But she was still like that now, like, even as an adult. And she's like, what, 28, 30, some shit. And but the first day she came over, she was just there, and she was just like, can I smoke? And I was like, yeah, whatever. So I rolled her up some Zaza, let her smoke. And then she'd lie down in bed, and she was like, oh, I'm so tired from work. And I'm like, all right. Then she was like, can I get comfortable? I was like, oh, yeah, cool. She started taking off her clothes or whatever, and then like I'm just there sitting down because I don't want to lie down next to her like so much right now, because I'm just like here chilling looking at TV, and I don't know like if she wants to fuck yet. I don't know, it was kind of weird. So I was just there like whatever. Then I'm like, yo, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna like fucking make out with her. So I reached in and started making out with her, and she was like, wow, so you think that's why I'm here for or whatever? And I was like, yeah, like
Yeah.
you done took off all your clothes and shit, and I'm here fully dressed. Like, I was like, I thought you wanted me to do that and shit. And she's like, I was like, I'll stop though. I was like, I'm gonna stop though. She's like, nah, I want you to do that though. I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, all right, cool. All right, so it made her like a fucking 5 was like, she didn't fill into her body or whatever. So she looked like she was like fucking 16, but she's like 30. Like I don't know if she like starved herself or something. Like if she was, I saw her like filled into her body recently, again. Like I guess she started eating back or some shit. I don't know why she said she didn't have bulimia or something, but I was like, yo, dude, you sure? Cause like when we were growing up, you didn't look like that. Like something happened. So later on, she admitted like, yeah, I'm suicidal and all this bullshit, and she got all that bullshit.
Okay.
I was like, all right. But yeah, like she was mad for her body and shit, but she was an apex. No, she was an apex predator.
Predator.
She fucking did some fucking monkey grip thing and held on to my dick and started fucking the shit out of me. So I had to like push her off, and I was like, dude, what are you trying to do? And she just kept laughing every time she was doing it, and I liked it, but it was just like she did it to the point where she would hold my arms down and just fucking keep going. I'll be like, yo, you have to stop because this is not good. Because it's like somebody was like, it's just like she was just trying to get it out. And I was like, dude, I felt weird, and I was like, yo, are you trying to like make me conceive something with you? And she was like, no, I got birth control. I got this big ass fucking Snicker bars in my arm. And I was like, I don't trust the Snicker bar in your arm. I don't care.
Hey.
Hey.
Predator.
So like, I cut it off the third like time seeing each other. I always give them the 3. If you're a crazy girl, I give you the 3 times you're out. I'll give you the baseball dugout.
3 strikes, nigga.
So I did like, yeah, she was acting crazy like penises and talking about, when can I come over? When can I come over? Every day. And I was like, dude, I'm tired. I'm sleeping. I'm training somebody. To the point where I was like, dude, I'm mentally unstable. I can't be around any girl right now. I told her that. I told her I was a fucking Dean Ambrose. I don't care.
I'm the lunatic fringe.
I'm the lunatic fringe. Can't be trusted right now.
Looking back on it, Dean Ambrose was a shitty character. And I can't believe you guys had the nerve to call me Dean Ambrose. Like,
No.
no.
He was cool for his time. It's only when like it got
In
up.
comparison to John Moxley, it was pretty shitty.
All right, but Kevin Scampoli makes fun of Seth Rollins all the time, and he's like, the Demon King, the Demon King. Like he always says that shit. So, granted, like, you know, I get disrespected too.
Trash. Who would you rather have, Renee Young or Becky Lynch?
What do you mean? I was like, what? I was like, a spouse?
Yeah.
Oh, Becky Lynch.
Really, I feel like Becky's voice would annoy me after.
I'm cool with Becky Lynch. Me and her go back.
We can go back.
Nah, she doesn't seem like she's an asshole.
Yeah, I don't feel like either of them are. But then we had to call Russo Big Dog.
Now Russo's character is like the best character though.
Now it's the best character.
Yeah. Now it's the best character.
He's doing his thing. He had like a botched like death match, but
poof. Yo, even to
that's
this
literally how
day,
it sounded.
That is crazy. Even to this day, they can't get that shit right. Like, what the fuck?
Now to this day, like the crew that were supposed to do it that fucked up, even they won't apologize for it.
What? Why not?
Like I don't know.
Well, because I mean,
they shrug it off.
no, I think Moxley was even. I mean, not Moxley. What do you call it? What's this guy name?
Eddie Kingston.
No. Kenny Omega was like, oh no, Tony Khan or something, or but one of them was like, oh, that's how it was supposed to be. What did you expect? Like everything to blow up at once and this big ass like bomb explosion?
Oh yeah, Kenny said that.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you could pull off. You are funded by TBS, nigga. Like you could pull off something better than that.
You were on TNT. You were supposed to play that shit on TNT.
You were supposed to play it on TNT. Oh man, they messed up.
You're supposed to play that shit on TNT. Yo, I gotta use the bathroom, so I'll be back, alright?
Uh-huh. Play that shit on TNT? I said they counted me out too many times. Ooh. All this pain and this pressure, I must strive. So they counted me out too many times. High as shit. Said they counted me out too many times. All this pain and this pressure, I'ma strive.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got my permit.
For what?
My learner's permit.
What, driving?
To drive, yeah.
To drive? Oh no, I gotta get my shit. How is it? Was the test hard? Did they harden it up?
Easy.
Okay. I might get my motorcycle one though.
Yeah, like what I did is they have a test online that you can do on your phone, like a practice test.
Yeah.
And I did it while I was doing it on my phone while I was at the DMV. So by the time I took the test, the questions were still fresh in my head.
Alright. Wait, how much did it cost?
73?
You had to wait in a long line and shit, or was it like fast as fuck?
Nah, cause it's like appointments.
Ooh, so it's better now.
Yeah, it's fast as shit.
You saying it's rockin' cockin'? What? I'm about to go get me a permit, all of it. What? Nigga,
Yeah,
say
like
less.
What was I gonna say? Some shit. Yeah, I was my aunt. She's teaching me how to drive, so I got in the car and I like drove around like the neighborhood for a little bit.
What type of car you drove? You drove.
I don't know. Like it's not a small car. I know that much. But I don't know what fucking car.
Oh, big things popping, little things stopping. He was whipping around the Escalade.
What is what he said? Big things popping. And that's real talk.
That's real. He says he stopped the little thing stopping thing. I'm saw. What the fuck, man?
Little thing stopping. And that's real talk. They just said, yo, we need something like black in this segment. Say big things popping.
How do you feel? How do you feel driving though?
Oh, it's just easy. The issue I have, which isn't really an issue, outside of parking, is when I make turns, I make like wide turns.
Oh.
But that's not really a big deal because at that time when I was driving, the streets were narrow. So that's why my turn was wide. But in the city and shit, the sidewalks are big as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, driving in the city's ass. You'll never want to do that.
Yeah, so even if you make a wide turn, like, you're not hitting anything.
Where you learn to drove? Oh my god. Where you learning to drive at? Like what?
Stroke. I haven't had the classes yet. Like my aunt has been teaching me, but
yeah. Like where she like brings you to? Like what area?
No, it's around her neighborhood. We just drive around the neighborhood. Like originally, there used to be like when she lived in Queens, there used to be like a lot, and she would teach her sons how to drive there, and they would like drive around in that empty lot or whatever. But she lives in Long Island now. So
you good.
There's no way to drive, yeah.
But you good though, like you good like with driving there. Like you have a lot of space to learn and shit, and a lot of less distractions and shit. I learned how to drive at East New York at first. I'm a fucking dad's van, work van. Yo, that shit was crazy. I had to whip a fucking SUV. SUVs are so easy to drive, yo. I recommend if you ever get a car. I feel like if you really love like feeling on top and seeing a lot of things better, I feel like an SUV will do it for you. I mean, that shit was the easiest thing for me to drive, and I could see like the turns more better because like the whole wide turn thing. I used to do that too. But you just see everything way better though in SUVs. But that shit.
Parking's a bitch too.
Parking is a bitch. I hate parking.
Yo, where is this? Damn, you telling me I gotta download this app?
But I learned how to park now better. I don't know. I just might take the motorcycle shit. I think I might just go for that shit. Yanis's
brother got a motorcycle. That shit got stolen like the second month.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like my thing could probably get stolen here. So I feel like if I ever do get one, like the one I want to get, I might just drive it back to like Pennsylvania and park it up there. But fuck, that won't make no sense because I would love to drive it back to New York and use it to go to work here and there sometimes. But what kind of bike did he have? Do you know?
It was like a legitimate motorcycle, like a serious motorcycle.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
One that like.
What do they like? I don't know how they steal bikes. Like I know big people could pick them up, but like that shit. How do you could hotwire your bike? I'm sorry. I just really hope they don't play my shit on TNT, make a drama, don't take my bike. I'm gonna have a electroshock on my bike, electroshock alarm. Woo.
He chose this beat, like this is a serious beat.
Oh, too many times. Pain in my ass. Pressure, I'ma strive. Nigga rise. If I'm when a nigga out.
Damn, like I feel bad for how cringy that shit was when I told Genesis that yo.
But it wasn't even meant to be cringe. It was just like, yo, you're just trying to have a joke, trying to have a little laugh with her.
But then I realized that not many people are dickheads like me. Like if Kayla or like fucking Nakaya or Bianca were to make diss tracks, I would die. Like I'd put that as my ringtone. Like that's how serious I wouldn't take it.
Well, that or they should just find the entertainment in it a little bit. Like I'd make like a hit 'em up, like this record if they would ever do that. But it's obvious like she still like had feelings for him. She didn't want to be too mean. She was just like, anyone can be a rapper. I'm like, don't be above that shit. Like make fun of it. I'm making fun of it. That's both inspirational and both like demeaning, you know?
Yeah. Anyone can be a rapper.
Anybody can be a rapper.
Anyone can be a rapper.
Like you could do it, kid.
Damn. Well, he could do it. He says, I know you were wishing you were by my side, but she left him.
Be like that, man. I kind of resonate with them, man. It'd be like that. In my head, it's a different way.
If she really wanted to, she wouldn't have left.
No, but cognitive dissonance, man. In my head, it's a different way. That's not how my storyline is supposed to go. It goes a different one. Yo, have you ever talked to like dudes that was like, yo, I never had a girl cheat on me ever?
Yeah.
Ever. And I'm like, wow, man.
You haven't experienced life.
You have experience. Either that or you're just very naive to life or some shit.
Either that or you dumb. Like, you probably have, you just don't know it. Or you got lucky.
Or you just don't care enough to, like, give a shit. Because, I mean, if you could just be at that point where you just don't care enough to, like, I guess whatever. But I had gone to, like, conversation. I was like, dude, like, she's definitely doing shit behind your back, dude. And he was like, nah. It never happens to me. It never. I'm just a Mac. I'm a G. And I was like, okay.
All right, my guy. Yeah, shit on TNT.
But it's cool, man. I hope you doing fine. I do. You done counted me out too many times. I know you can see the pain in my eyes. From all this pain and this pressure, I'm strong. Don't be looking for me when a nigga rise home. You done counted me out too many times.
Not for nothing, I gotta give him credit. Like he had a goal and he saw it through. Like he said, you know what? I'm getting in the studio with the bros and I'm gonna make this diss track.
You have to let her know that after this. We got a few mixtapes out. Gonna get it like a concert. Why am I speaking like my brain just like defaulted just in my life right now. Where I just started speaking like an auctioneer. Build it. You should have did one of those.
It's game over. I came to claim the title.
I'm taking over. I'm coming over. Run over. Song. Thanks. Yeah.
Serious enough with these thoughts. Life gets forget these cops. Never look back, it's not worth John about it. Like acid. See, I wanna be big just so you focus.
Partner did acid.
Yeah. Yeah. She will face speech in the streets, that's my career.
It's like a real.
Making moves so little, that's my lifestyle on the page right there.
Right there, right
Right
there.
there.
On the pot of peace, my whole crew is the gun. So split my mind over matter, breaking down my opponents with a cool logic. Like explosives. City massive break tax to families under attack. When the time is limited, I'm reaching for the highest contact. When it is everything because it's amazing how people want that time back. And that's a shame.
Pretty fat.
What? And
I'm about to go to Iraq. Mother in. Oh, I'm getting down. I'm dancing. That was a nice one. Played at the perfect volume too. Wait, what? There's more song?
Let's get it, let's
Get it?
We normally skip at this point.
yeah, let's get it, let's get it, yeah, let's get it, let's get it,
You would have thought this song was the best song ever to hit the streets. Whoa, and that beat, you heard the beat, how it faded away? Mad professional.
He did that all by himself.
Was that on a phone or was that in a studio?
I know, coach, you already know.
It was a studio. This is the phone.
Yo, I want to know who let this nigga in the studio. I really do.
The pros.
These niggas
Dude,
act
who
out
the
with no
pro-
mind that she fiending. It just needs to be erased one time. But find a nigga without having to feed, then life is not a game, no picking to choose. You lose your mind, trigger happy, forget the rules to the law. Moving real reckless, style is real raw. When the shots get fired, running back with bricks back to the hood, the wire.
Oh.
Leader of mankind, sire. Reminisce to consistent strength that it takes to uplift your life out of the hustle. Bosses coming in and out, having no choice but to head a new route. Yeah,
Classic. Bro, did you ever...
Money, clothes, the whole, that's
Bro,
all the niggas
did you
know.
ever see Hassan Campbell speak about the zombie apocalypse that's about to happen?
When did he say it? When did he post it? Oh, CDC warns the zombie apocalypse. I got you.
I thought that was him for a minute. Like, oh, we found the zombies.
I gotta take a minute to figure this out, right? The CDC just announced or gave you tips on how to survive a zombie apocalypse. And y'all cats decided to travel to All-Star Weekend, the party, to celebrate failure.
I like that phrase. You're celebrating failure.
Give me a second to figure this out. I'm trying to do the math.
Hey, if anybody invites you to your birthday party, be like, and you don't want to go,
Right now,
be like, what are we going to your thing for? To
need
celebrate
a
failure?
passport. A COVID passport. To get on the plane, to go to the club, to go in the buildings,
That would suck.
basically for everything.
I don't get vaccinated,
You got decisions.
so I have to.
You got life
to
and
travel.
death decisions to make.
No,
And y'all at All-Star Weekend
This really needs to be played
Celebrating.
sometime.
failure.
Well,
It's my dog snoring in the background. Shut up! Hang on, listen.
Go listen.
They know.
The CDC is giving you tips on how to survive doomsday, the apocalypse, tornadoes, tsunami, World War III.
Wait,
And
what?
y'all went to Atlanta.
Wait, why would the CDC warn against a tsunami?
Oh, because they're gonna they're gonna start one.
That's not even a virus. Is this staring into the camera?
Huh? Oh no, I paused it.
I thought he was just giving those long stares.
I'm about to go down, right? Yeah.
That's a shady fact.
The All-Star Weekend.
The All-Star Weekend.
And it's crazy. Because some of the cats that got on that plane or got on that 10-hour drive on the highway, like the brother Chunky,
Chunky?
he went out there to celebrate
Who's he talking about?
when the world is going through critical times. And guess what? He met his fate out there.
Oh, you guys TV turned off?
Oh,
Atlanta
man.
became his doomsday on the highway. I said Atlanta. Atlanta. Huh?
Atlanta.
Became his doomsday on the highway. Now turn around and celebrate
Damn,
failure.
they didn't say his TV got turned off.
I think some of y'all forgot last year around this time, you couldn't even get toilet paper. People had to stand on lines but only get 2 items out of the supermarket. That was the test to put you on point. Warning, warning, warning. Comes before
Warning.
instruction. All the warning signs is there. The earth is speaking. California, Brazil, the rainforest all over the world mysteriously is burning, right? Set on fire.
Mysteriously burning.
The trees that run. Let me break this down.
This
for
shit ain't
you party
mysterious.
animals. Now
The
let
niggas
the party.
burning it.
The trees
They
that
need
burn
the corporation's burning that shit.
all over in these jungles.
Amazon is burning Amazon.
They are the lungs inside your body filled with cancer. So let me break that down for you. The trees give you the oxygen that you breathe on this earth. Without the trees, you can't breathe. So it is equivalent of you smoking cigarettes and smoking and smoking until you develop cancer in your lungs.
I'm equivalent. My flow is so equivalent.
Those
My
farmers
swag.
that go down is where you retreat to with civilization.
I remember we were sitting there, we were just like, yo, listen to some Boss Fam. He's like, my swag is so equivalent. I was like, so what? Let's see.
So the whole sitting on the lap thing, right? Turns out, right? Turns out they're not the only rap group that's accused of this shit. I was looking at like one of these drill music videos. It was an OMB JD music video, I think. This nigga, I think he was sitting on one of these dudes' laps throughout the whole music video. And it looked like he was just backing his ass up on him, and he was just biting his lip throughout the whole thing. Looking sassy as fuck. BMG Upper Class, he reviews it, right? He even says the same thing. He's like, yo, this shit is weird. What the fuck is going on here? He's like, is he sitting on his lap?
Oh, I think you showed. Did you send me the video? I think so.
Yeah. I think I did. I did. And he was just like sitting down and just biting his lip and just like dancing on him. And they were like in a party limo or some shit.
Yeah.
A party bus. Yeah.
And he was like dancing on him too, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like that. It just looked very sus. I don't know, man. Jailhouse Blues. That's all I got for you. Know what I mean? I'm not saying. Some things be going down. Yo, last night I watched a whole 2-hour podcast with what's this nigga's name?
Oh, they got a new character in Tekken now?
What is he?
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Wendy's, you
I'm about
can
to see
order
right now.
free honey butter chicken biscuit, all breakfast low. Yep, free, no catch. Right now, Victory tastes sweet and also savory. Get a free honey butter chicken biscuit at Wendy's Thursday through Saturday only during breakfast hours.
Muszę wygrać imię wszystkich Polaków.
Oh man.
Oh, so apparently the Prime Minister of Poland is a woman.
Are you talking about a real prime minister? Like the real prime minister of Poland is like the DLC?
No. I don't think so.
I don't know. Let's see. Imagine.
Sorry.
This is now. I gotta see. Real prime. Oh, it's a dude.
Y'all hella faded. I should lean on a celebration. I just popped another 30, now I'm meditating. If a nigga try to rock me, go super saiyan. When them choppers out, my niggas get some super slaying. Turn around, leave them on the floor.
Perk angle.
On the show. Rounds when I'm digging in your hole. Put a chopper out, I'm shooting at you, bro. Bro, try to touch me. I'm a rich son. I just bought the whole pint, I'm about to sip some. I just took a whole 30 on a sip one. I don't hesitate with money, I'ma get some. I got real, yeah, she know that she know. If I pull this 40 out, I'm finna blow. Give her good, now she glow. Remember she was in
Who is this?
In a foreign whip.
Shoreline Mafia.
Oh,
Song's called Perk
I know.
Hopper.
I fucks with them. Damn, they broke up recently.
Go and get a plate. Hey, I ain't Tiger, but she said she want to taste me. I just popped another perk, I'm out of space. I'm out of space. I be going where you niggas ain't safe. Give me head till you run out of face. Walked in, now you running out the place. Only time when I run from the Jakes. Throwing money, boy, I could've bought a Wraith. Real, you can't relate. Pick it up.
Yeah, Perk Angle is the goal.
This is the only West Coast artist I fucks with. Fucking Shoreline Mafia. Damn. I can't believe they broke up. Perk Angle. I was telling one of my coworkers the other day about Jeff Hardy. And
Jeff Harvey?
Jeff Hardy. And what do you call it? This nigga
Perk?
and Perk Angle, yeah, I was showing him about that shit. He was surprised. He was like, how the fuck did they let that happen? I was like, dude, it's carny shit, man. It's TNA. This is TNA wrestling.
That's your shit, though.
That's my shit. And I told him, I was like, that's my shit. He liked he was like, that's fucked up, but he was like, I like the idea that they stuck it out and they still did drugs and like fucking wrestled, and I was like, nice, because I thought the same thing too when I was growing up, and I still do to this day.
Yeah, for real. Because like the way he said he was chewing 18 perks like they were nothing.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, that is insane.
But I'm very mad, right? Of like AEW. I'm about to go in again.
Oh,
AEW,
God.
better buckle up, motherfucker. I'm about to go in.
Alright, cool, man.
So today, Stacy can't have her fun? Can't have fun? Did you ever see that bit when he said that?
We saw what?
He was like, Stacy can't have her fun? You can't have fun anymore? He sounded mad pitiful. No, like with AEW, right? I'm seeing Tony Khan starting to cut a lot of promos here, right? Like me, like I'm an avid user of like shit. Used to be an avid user of other shit. And you can see in his eyes. You can see it in his eyes, Justin. He's tripping. He's tripping on some fast shit, man. He's on the fast stuff. Adderall, Coke, something. But he did a promo. The last promo I saw, his eyes were so wide open, dude. Like, whoa. And you could see, like, his pupils. I saw it from, like, here. His pupils were dilated. Like a motherfucker. Like, there's no edit in the world that could, like, undilate his eyes. And he was just cutting a real fucking charged up promo. Like, he was one of the wrestlers or some shit. Just to promote, like, AEW's, like, a pay-per-view or some shit with TNA. I think it was one of those pay-per-views. But, yeah, I was just looking. I was like, dude, what the fuck did he take before he get on this shit? And why are you not sharing it with the rest of your wrestlers, Mr. Khan? Why are you not, you know? You should be fucking giving it to, like, fucking, what's this guy's name? Kenny Omega and, what's this guy's name? Darby Allin. Who else? Who else needs some cocaine in their lives? SCU. They need some fucking coke. Give SCU some coke.
I haven't. To this day, I still haven't watched one episode of AEW.
Oh, what? Nah. You see that goes to show that they can't even get WWE people interested that much, that good anymore. It just lost.
I just never have time. And even when I like do have time, I forget.
Even if you do watch the highlights or watch Dark, it's not even interesting as fuck. Like, the only people that are really interesting is the people in the main event. So like, alright, so like Christian is gonna be interesting. Big Show, I guess. Who else? Dean is, of course. Pac. Eddie Kingston. They got a few good mid-carders, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's been a few good mid-carders I've seen, and I was like, ooh, this guy looks like he could stick around for a while and like become like a main champion or some shit. Like, there's some people I'll actually watch to like, just to watch that show. But there's something that turns me off from it. Like, I don't know if it's Nyla Rose just fucking up women. Or just like, them just like being so soft, dude. Like, they're the softest, like, nicest brand of company, I think. Like, the only time you can sense tension is like between the characters I mentioned like before. Even Nyla Rose, like, disregarding the whole like thing, you know. She's fucking convincing as fuck as a heel. You know, and I you know, I ain't gonna lie, like, it looks pretty turned up, like when it's fighting women wrestlers and shit. So, but it just looks fucking crazy, dude. I don't know if you ever saw this, but like, Rio was on the fucking ropes, on like the top ropes, right? Her belly, and like her back was like hanging, right? And Nyla Rose like jumped off the turnbuckle and dropped her knee straight into that little Japanese girl's spine, dude. And yo, you could see that it wasn't meant to be. Like that type of movement was not meant to be. We weren't meant to see that shit. That shit just looks weird. Like it looks like what they were doing back in the 90s with like, you know, like the two-man power Triple H and Stone Cold when they were beating the shit out of Lita and all that. It looks like that a little bit.
Yeah.
But just in a toned down version. But like you can see like that dude's knee is very big and that girl's spine is like. Granted, they do that shit. They do that.
WWE could never.
I don't know, man. Oh man, I mean, like there's this fighter, right, in Thailand. I think Indonesia or something. I think Thailand. Yeah. There's like a tranny, right? But he fights in the men's division, though. He doesn't fight in the women's division. You know, and that shit I respect because, look, if you want to look that way or whatever, but like, shit. Like if you're gonna stand by, look, I have this type of strength, and I don't want to like pummel, it's not like a woman or whatever. Like unless it's like Gabby Garcia, then like okay, somebody like Gabby Garcia or like somebody like, I don't mind them like matching up a woman with like that caliber, you know. That's understandable, because Gabby Garcia will fuck you up. Like, even though she's like, I don't know, she's not the best. She's like one of the best, right? Like, I mean, of a size, because it's yeah.
Nah, she's just big.
I mean, but like an average dude that's 5'8", right? No martial arts experience, like a hood fighter or whatever, in a gang, one-on-one with Gabby Garcia. Gabby Garcia will fuck him up, you know? Like no guns, no knives, shit, like just straight up, like toe-to-toe. I think it could go down, like, and like that. I don't mind like how do you say it? I don't mean trans. I don't mind them fighting like people like that. Like, that's cool. That's dope. That's some real shit. Because obviously Gabby Garcia is doing something. She's obviously on some shit, right?
Oh, she has to be on some like magical like supplements, Mexican stuff.
Well, she's Brazilian, right?
Yeah.
She's on the same shit. She's on the same shit that that other dude was on. Paul wrote that Paul dude, Paula whatever.
Oh, Paulo Costa?
Paulo Costa, yeah. Mr. Hulkman. Probably on the same shit he's on.
Got laid out.
Word, right? He got laid out.
How do perks feel?
I never took him. Wait, hold up, just now. Alright. From what other people told me, like, they said it feels like, yo, I remember my first guy, like the first ever dude that I met by myself to get like blood and shit. I don't know if he was with me. We were on the train and we saw some blood dude. And he was like, I was like, yo, you sell? And he was like, yeah. And he actually like kind of lived around me and shit too. So I was like, alright, I'll cop from you and shit. I don't know if you had remembered that. I think he was in the train with me too. He tried to sell.
I remember it.
No, you don't.
No. When like it was random people. I remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was this random dude. Yeah, some random hood dude. And he called himself Bigger or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, came over one day and he was like, "Yo, you want a perky?" He was like, "And make you feel like the Incredible Hulk." And I was like, "Nah."
Bigger.
I
Didn't
was
he
like,
constantly call you?
yeah, yeah. At one point, because like I had met somebody like closer to me too, and I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm good." Like, but he did it for like a month, like just like, "Yo, you need this." But he was offering like pills, like oxy and like perkies and all that bullshit, and I was like, "Dude, I don't want that shit. I'm good." If he had psychedelics, I'd probably been like, "Yeah, probably," but. Nah, he was offering like mad pills, and I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm alright. I'm alright."
And not with that oxy wave?
Nah. Day before, yo, I had this one girl, some nurse girl I used to talk to. She said one night she went out partying with her friends, and like she fell asleep in Denny's, like on her food and shit.
Oh, did you tell me about that? I think you told me about that.
And like she couldn't wake up for her cab. All her friends were like falling asleep on their food and shit. It's like, nah, that's something I don't think I want to take.
Oh, that's from an oxy.
How is that a fun thing to take? Like, dude, I'm gonna fall asleep like a crackhead right here, right now. A Xanny and a Oxy, whatever. Whatever them fall asleep drugs are.
Oh, calm down. What's wrong? Alright, I'll go after it.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go and charge my bike at 3.
What's my call out excuse? Since everyone got trash ass excuses, I should probably just like someone said I can't come in because the vibes are off.
What?
Bitch, if you don't come to fucking work, yeah. Like some people said, like we start at 9:30. They would like message the group chat at like 9:29 and be like, yeah, I can't come in.
No, that's fucked
Some
up.
people don't even give excuses. They just say, I'm not coming in.
Nah, you could get fired for that shit. Why don't they fire people for that?
They're not getting fired. They're like, we had work to do today, and yeah, work to do today, and some guy was working with me, and the truck driver was giving him work to do, and the guy that I was working with was like, yo, can I get something to eat first? I'll be right back. And the driver was like, yeah, okay, alright. He's like, I'm gonna leave this work here for you. He's like, alright. He's like, I'm gonna be right back. He never came back.
So what, he quit or some shit?
Nah, he just didn't want to do it, and he left.
And he showed up the next day and like still had a job?
Nah, he did that shit today. So who knows what's gonna happen, but
Yo, like that whole calling out shit, they be doing the same thing in my job too. With this whole fucking like, this nigga, yo, one of these niggas took a vacation, right, Puerto Rico, right? Cool, nice, cool. Then this nigga go and do another vacation again, or whatever. I don't know. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, dude? There's a week I want to take off a whole week when I get my new shit, my new motorcycle. And I hope they understand that shit. I'm taking that whole week off. And just fucking about.
yeah, they really think that vacation hours are gonna stop me. Like, if they'd be like, yo, you don't got the vacation hours, I'd be like, I don't give a shit, I'm still going. Like, I remember I went on vacay, it was just like, it's gonna be unpaid. I'm like, okay.
I have 6 hours. I only had used one day though. It wasn't that bad. But that shit is, I don't know, you just be fucking overdoing it to the point where it's like, yo, I don't know, they always be looking at me to fill in a shift, but I can't do that shit. I be in different states. Different states, boy. Damn, dude,
Sneeze.
you gonna... Hopefully we be laughing on Sunday.
Do you remember the Haitian Elizabeth?
Yeah, yo, she was kind of liked her a little bit, yo.
Oh, you like the dark skin girl?
Yeah, like, cause like she looked mad good. Like her body and shit. It's just like she had like these weird dark lines in her eyes. I don't know what this shit was about.
Hit the wall, sir.
But she hit the wall?
Hit the wall.
Damn, buddy, she used to look
I don't know.
mad good
Maybe
in
it
high
was
school.
maybe it was the video I saw. Maybe it was the video I saw, but it might be the lighting in the video. But if you look at her profile, like you can make that assumption yourself.
Her
But
ass used to be mad fat, like perfect, like the perfect size.
Cheyenne looking better than her. The one with the weird eye.
Bird, yo, she's the best looking one now. She look good. She mad
I feel
tall.
like I can look past her.
Oh,
Nah,
nah,
I can look-
definitely. I could look past that shit. She
I
doesn't-
just can't look her in the eyes.
No matter what, you're gonna look past her. She's gonna look past you.
If someone was to try to get the drop on me, it's lit. Like she'll always see that shit coming. Yo, so apparently Hassan was like how his man's. There's a video of how he got.
Oh yeah.
And,
The dude with the glasses, I think.
Yeah. Like he pulled up on a scooter and he saw his man's and like there were two guys down the block and one guy had his back turned and when the guy dapped him up, I guess that was the signal. And the guy whose back was turned like ran up to him and like shot him, like went face to face with him and like shot him in the chest.
Damn.
But Hassan said he was a piece of shit.
Wait, what?
Hassan was just like, yo, in that video he deleted, he was just like, yo, like, that was my man's, but he was a piece of shit. He's like, but that was my little brother.
Wait, what? I thought he said, yo, he ain't no angel. I thought that's the only thing he said. I didn't know
He said that. But he was just like, yo, he was a piece of shit.
What? Yo, why he be going in all the time?
Yeah, he was like, he said he wasn't a good person, but he said that was my little brother.
Yeah, but you don't need to be like, well, he was a piece of shit. The nigga just died, yo. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, my dad keeps saying he's about to, like, probably get into some shit. He'd be worried that he might, like, get assassinated or something. The shit he be saying is just, like, too much in times. Like, alright, I understand what you're trying to say. Like, he did some fucked up shit in the past. Damn, man.
Pay attention to your circle.
Before they hurt you. Word, damn. He's a prophet, yo. His should be coming true. I saw the 2-hour fucking podcast of Alex Jones and what's this guy name? Andrew Schultz or whatever, that comedian.
You say Jewish guy? How is it?
Oh, it's very annoying. But you just gotta be very high for it.
That explains what happened. It looked annoying. Now it's like 2 hours of this? Yeah, I'm not watching.
Oh, you saw the thumbnail, right?
Yep.
Dude,
They said the most flagrant interview ever or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, and the reason why I was like flagrant, I was like, that's the word Dion uses. I'm gonna click on there and look at it. So, I mean, it's Alex Jones too, so I'll watch it, you know? So I watched it, and yeah, that Andrew guy, like, I try to look up on Google if he has a cocaine habit or something, and then nothing shows up. But this dude looks coked out his mind, him and his friend. And I mean, I think Thing was a little bit coked out as well. Alex Jones, of course. But I mean, that's his regular personality.
Yeah, that's just him.
But those other two, like, You should, yo. That show was just annoying. That's all I'm gonna say, man. But it was fun to see like Alex Jones speak his shit. And after a while, Andrew calmed down. And I guess the coke simmered down. He was able to like chill out and like talk like a normal human being. But damn, that dude just coked out his mind, man. And it's like that's something that I really happy I'm not around. Like coked up people. They just talk mad fast.
Yeah, like that. I don't know how people can do that.
Mad intense, dude. Like yo, did they ever tell you when Mason had came over and we was going to work out and we were lifting weights and this nigga like he was like showing me his workout plan and I was like, all right, I'll do this shit with you. And the way like he was coaching me, he was mad intense, like just mad like loud and intense, and he was lifting a weight mad hard, and I was like, yo, just be careful of the light. And he's like, all right. Then he just powered through one of these weights and lifted it so high it cracked one of the lights in the basement and shit, and I was like, ah, fuck. So it wasn't registering at the time until like I went upstairs and he pulled up like the little capsule, and I was like, oh, okay, that's why. But this dude was yelling in my face like, left, come on, you could do it, you could do it. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm not even like,
I would have been like, why are you yelling at me?
I wanted to say that so badly, but I was in the middle of like lifting something very heavy, so I had to breathe. Yeah, it was so unexpected because like it will gear up, you know. So, I was gonna ask him when I got upstairs. I was like, "Yo, what got you so pumped?" So then, but then he was like normal. He was normally like that as a kid and shit, like intense and shit. So I didn't put it past me that he was on it, but it kind of slipped my mind a little bit. And when we got upstairs, I was like, "Oh, that's why, yeah." And oh man, it's loud. I mean, when he's doing it in the process of doing it, he's not loud. He's actually pretty quiet and looks at shit. And he starts to get a deep focus. But like when you leave him on it for too long, damn, it gets intense.
Low key.
You wanna do that shit?
Yeah. Like low key, ever since ever since the first person I ever knew who did it was Jalissa. Like ever since she told me, and I was just like, yo, how did it feel? And she was just like, how she just ran up and down. I was just like, damn, kind of want to try it.
Like I'll recommend Adderall before I'll recommend that, to be honest with you, because I feel like Adderall's more cleaner.
I've never gotten my hands on Adderall. I always wanted to try it.
In my opinion, that's how I feel. Like I feel like that's a more cleaner hit. In my crackhead opinion. And I only tried it like twice, and yeah, that and Molly is like clean. I mean, depending on where you get your Molly from and shit. If you get it from like a good, reliable source that don't mix their shit or cut up with anything, then like they're good. But like yeah, so far the experience with that was just very clean. But coke, like it's just weird. Like I feel it's like the dirtiest shit ever too. That and crack. Damn, man. I can't believe you, Malachi.
What, that you did crack?
Yeah. Accidentally. It was mixed with weed. Nobody mixed with weed. It was a residue.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't like I had a full-on like crack pipe and was like, yo, we're doing crack today.
Kids, that's what we're doing today.
Imagine.
For today's lesson, we're smoking crack.
Oh my god. Imagine like if I had pulled up to a cypher one day with just all of us like just chilling and I pull up to Russo's house and just laid out a crack rock, yo, he would have probably been tight.
I was gonna say he'll kick you out.
Word. But I wonder see if I was to do it in my house, so what will happen? Like just make a fake crack rock or something, and just be like, yo, we're doing crack today, dude. How do you feel about that one?
Russo would leave. Russo would leave. Me, I'd be like, oh, I want to see this.
Word. Just like with what's this guy named Raymond and his K2. No, actually I left because I was like, and I don't know why I left my own room. I got like kind of spooked out that he was smoking it, so I was like, yo, I'm about to leave my own room. Cause I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave my. Cause I don't know. I don't want to be involved with no K2 rage right now. I had 20 other people to focus on.
Fucking. What was I gonna say? Sure, what was I gonna say? Fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh well, fuck it. It's kind of like when you all beat up what's his name, and I should have left. I should have been like, yo, I can't watch this.
Yo. I am so sorry. I don't know what got into me that day. I had to get over because I got beat up in front of my house the month prior. So I was like, dude, I gotta not look weak. I gotta look strong. Gotta make me look strong, Christopher.
I'm sorry.
You gotta put Roman over.
I'm going over today. I'm sorry.
Yo, I'm weak. Yo, Hulk Hogan. This nigga used to dead ass look at people with the pity face and be like, yo, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could go. I'm sorry, I think I have to go over. Like, it was dead ass, like, if he didn't do it, like, he was gonna die, like, he was gonna explode.
He's like, brother, I'm sorry. I gotta go over.
He was like, don't you hit a Hulkamaniacs?
They need me.
Could you do this?
Terry,
Yo.
you haven't lost in like 3 years. Like, come on, can I just go over it? Brother, I'm sorry. I gotta.
Wait, you ever?
To this day, he denies it. That's what's funny.
And Eric Bischoff won't say shit about that on any of his podcasts. Like, that dude denies that he. People ask him and he just says like shit, dude. He doesn't clarify anything what happened, like how he got that creative control and all that bullshit. I mean, of course we know, but we want to hear it like from you. Like, how did he strong arm your shit? Oh wait, hold up, I gotta go real quick outside. I'm gonna come back real quick.
Why is it that every time you give your heart out to these females, they just go ahead and just spit all over your fucking face? Or they play these fucking mind games like they're like teenagers. Bro, we're getting fuck these bitches, bro. Like, fuck them. You're getting all your fucking heart to them. And all they do is hurt. They get hurt. Just kill this fucking bars. That's all they fucking.
I'm like a novelty.
I want to use that in like random conversations. I want to just slide that into random conversations while I'm talking, just to see if anyone picks up on it.
You get hit with that. Wait, what? Wait, what is that? Nah. Yeah, word. I want to do that too. I'm trying to one of these days.
He's gonna be like, "Why'd you do this?" I'm gonna be like, "Well, you know, it's the salvity in it. You know, it's like the reason why I."
It's like a drunk word that somebody will say, like novelty. You mean a novelty? Nah, novelty. But he says he says novelty, right? In the song?
Yeah. Yeah. Like a salvity.
I mean Socrates, but I think he said, "Oh, I mean Socrates."
No, he doesn't correct himself. If you know how many times we heard that song? You know how many times we like rewinded it?
When we
and
try
was
to,
just like, whoa, we gotta listen to this shit again.
and we try to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's like a Socrates.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into an argument with Kayla. I'm gonna be like, yo, you don't understand. It's not the fact that you did it. It's the salvity in it. That's why.
Your word in the middle of an argument.
There's the salvity in all of it. Like, that's what I'm mad at. And she's gonna be like, what's a salvity? And I'll be like, I don't know.
It's like a novelty, but it's novelty. Just don't even clarify yourself.
I'm gonna be mad pretentious. I'm gonna be like, if you don't know what that means, then I don't know what that means. Look it up. You have Google. What does that mean? Do I look like Google? Look it up. Use context clues.
Expand your vocabulary a little bit more.
Get on my level.
Fucking Dion. Dion the
shit.
Dion the peon.
That's actually pretty good.
What is a peon though? I don't understand. Like I don't understand that this.
Oh, I gotta set an alarm so I can call out and go back to sleep. I'm like a salvity. 7:30? Yeah, 7:30.
Imagine it was to all give you shit and be like,
I don't care. I'm gonna write it in the group chat like everyone does. Like, cause the manager says, here's my number, call me or text me if you need to call out. I've done that twice. I see everyone else doing it, so I'm gonna message the group chat. I'm gonna be like, nope, can't make it.
like, why? You just came down with a novelty.
I'm gonna be like, I came down with a hard case of salvity. I won't be able to make it. My salvity is killing me.
That's gonna be my son's middle name.
Daddy, what's my middle name mean?
Axe Dion.
Axe Dion, son.
Hacks the torch.
Gonna be like fucking 50 still calling himself Young Torch.
If I ever get rich, man, like super rich, I'm gonna fucking buy him. Like talent-wise, I mean, we're gonna buy him. We're gonna buy him. We're gonna buy his music.
Alright, first off, that Salvati is gonna be his album name.
His first album will be the songs that took place in this mixtape, and it will sound just like that. It will not be cleaned up. I'll make all my engineers not clean that shit up and leave it just like that.
so they can feel like the humanity in it, so they can say like, yo, this is real life, this is what he really sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
We're not editing shit.
This is his path. The declaration.
Yeah, we gotta ask him what the fuck that means too. New declaration, girl. You're the light of my life.
I wonder if he'd be thinking he's like George Washington. Whenever he talks about like declarations, you imagine himself
He probably thinks about him.
the George Washington hat and shit.
And that's the only thing I know is girl. That's all that I need.
I always like the part when he's talking about he will look at your family.
You can't see me through your view. I'm standing in the rear view section of the intersection. That means I can connect through you. Real talk.
Nobody can say he's not the best.
It's the only thing I'm not as good at. Yeah. I'm like a sucker to you. Damn, I stuck in the
Sorry. That's the only thing that matters. Your hair. I wonder what went in his brain. Like, what happened to your brain when what made you go, yeah?
It gotta sound good.
Why can't you just go like, yeah? Why you use like, yeah? Damn, these niggas' ships are mad loud.
I heard you, Hassan. Yo, wax stove.
Yo, wax toe?
Yo, wax suck my dick for this Dorito.
See this Dorito? I bet you your wife will suck this dick for this Dorito.
This Dorito.
That's another thing too. When we take this shit, we gotta listen to some Young Torch.
Oh, facts. Torch in the motherfucking building.
It's gonna be very crazy for us too, because we're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is this dude saying?
Yeah. Little mankind. I won't get out of line. That's all there. I should stuck in my head. I won't get out of line.
That's crazy. Everybody will land at the same time. We just came back from an expedition. Are you about to be, yo? And that's another thing too. You might listen to that song and you think it's bad now because you have it stuck in your head. There's a thing where sometimes you have a repeated sequence where you're just listening to that shit in your head, and you have to make you feel better.
Yeah. Mankind.
History has to be erased one time.
This one's. You don't need it anymore. Got the wire.
I am the man of the hour.
I am the man that holds many towers. He deadass says that. That's what's crazy.
He's like he's like a Mortal Kombat.
He's the top of the tower.
He holds all the towers. One of these days, one of these days I'm gonna play it on the loudspeaker.
People are like, what is this? You know about that Young Torch?
I'm gonna play the one. I'm gonna play the one that goes mad long. With the hard ass beat. That one was like, he was like, to my veins, to my veins. That one?
Oh. Right there, right there.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be like, that's Jay, that's like fucking Jay-Z's son or something. I'm gonna say that shit.
Can you imagine if they fuck with it?
Word, right? People don't really listen to the words the first time around, right?
Nah. They just listen to the subtlety of it.
Mm-hmm. You see? You snuck it right in.
Didn't even catch it. You see?
Nope. It actually sounds like a word. It actually sounds like something. Imagine you're going to school. I mean, we're not going to school. Our kids going to school, and they come home and we see their homework, and we see that this word called subtlety. Like, you know, like we just see it on their book, and we be like, dude, you meant to spell novelty? Like, no. This is a word, subtlety. What do you mean? But didn't you know, like, the great Dion Torch has brought a new word in a dictionary, a word space in a dictionary to put in, and he made his own word, so that means official. It does sound like something. It sounds like a verb.
It really does. That's another thing. Like, what's his last name?
Yo, we've been calling him Dion Torture mad long. I forgot his last name.
You said that, and I'm just like, Torch is his last name? If so, that's highly convenient. Let me see.
That's kind of fucking with me. The torches. The Torch family. That's fucking with me because like I really thought like this dude's last name was like Torch. We here, we believe our own characters now.
Torch. Says what his business is. Business at be your own boss.
I'm telling you, he's gonna make a lot of money, man. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Man. He's gonna make a lot of money. I don't know, a Forex. There's gonna be a Forex though. We just gotta make the money along with them. Once we do that, we just gotta convince them. Yo, it's time. It's time to step out of retirement. It's time for a sovereignty.
Him and fucking Andrew.
You know, Andrew's fucking annoying with that. Yo, don't you want to make money? Who doesn't want to make money? Like, what the fuck?
You guys content with being broke all your lives?
Damn. You have no standards to life. Some people go get it, some people don't.
Hey, let me find the video. Okay.
First of all, I gotta stop playing with this thing. I showed y'all when I was in the crib, looking musty, looking rusty, right? Alright, cool. But I told you I tapped in with the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, two of my mentors just on stage. Watch me show you that later, right? I see it. So check
Who's
it out,
that?
right? Show you my world. I'm gonna show you my
Andrew.
thing. So, check it out. Wait for it. Bow. So you got all these people, right? Going to trade on the markets, e-commerce, whatever. Make it make sense, man.
Make it make sense. We're gonna move it through the house. He listening.
He said, "You doing all this? You staying home and you're not making money off your phone. Come and make it make sense."
I really wish the whole fucking stock market crashes again. Like, not for their behalf, like, just for everybody's behalf. Like, I hope it just all fucks up. To the point where, like, oh, we're going to Bitcoin now. Let's fucking make it happen, man. I'm tired of hearing about these people. These fucking investors, yo. They suck so much dick. And they think they're always helping a business, but they're not. They're fucking killing it like how they killed WWE.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see Lana and Naomi matches, man. Tag team matches and shit. And you're not seeing a bikini battle royal.
Oh yeah, they have the same entrance now. Now they come in together with like the LSD glow stick shit.
Oh, that's so cool. I think I want to see it now. And that made you turn off?
You're the problem. You're the problem.
I'm the stakeholder. It was like, yo, that's so cool. You want to turn it off?
Like, nah, I want to see it.
Sounds.
Nah.
You know what that sounds like to me, man? It sounds fun. Sounds like a fun time.
How's Doctor Strange? Fun.
Yo, Doctor Strange. Nah, you had to be high as shit for that shit. That shit was confusing as fuck. I'm a Marvel fan, and I even, you see, I said it like a vegan, and I even thought that shit was confusing.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. Other than Mankind. Oh shit. Alright, my guys. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Yo, Oster.
Yeah.
Alright, bro. Peace.
Alright, peace.
Here's my thing.